Pick up, pick up. Little Tough Man here, and we are live and direct on this viral match reaction for what we just saw, which was a 3-1 victory for Liverpool. I still am kind of confused about one small little caveat in the game that occurred, and I'm still trying to find out an answer for it. But I'm sure there'll be some type of um, I'm sure there'll be some type of outcry about Live Bar Pool, and there shall be certainly some outcry for maybe the referees getting this one kind of weirdly wrong per se. Um, I'm still trying to figure it out, but we were just given 6 subs in this game. I don't know why, unless someone had a concussion, and that's not good. But yeah, still trying to figure out what's up with that. Basically, um, we got 6 subs. All right, so yeah. Good morning to I learned. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I am all yeah, definitely hooded up and in my hoodie. Excuse me. It was a it is it's been a long day. And it's gonna be another long day for me, but all good, all good. Second half FC again. MK Toe said it best there. That was really good. Um absolutely, absolutely. It is weird. Again, blessings, big up pops, big up pops. I'm still trying to figure this out. Maybe Pops can help us out too. Maybe Hylor can help us out. We had in this game Robbo, Maka, Elliot, Diego, Watordo Endo, and Kwanzaa. That's 6 subs. So I'm wondering if what happened is again I'm wondering what's happened is hopefully it's not a concussion or some type of head injury, because that's the only reason you can normally. Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I figured. Someone got a concussion, and that's what I'm concerned about. Who got the concussion for us? That's the question. Who got the concussion? I hope that wasn't a bad one. That's what I figured is that the 6 sub is the only way you can get it. I was just about to say that the only way you can get a concussion um, is if you have, or excuse me, the only way you can get a 6 sub is if um, is them. But yeah, not us for the Saints. So then, how did we get a 6? Oh, okay. You had it for each side. Okay, that makes sense then. Makes sense. So we utilized that. That was smart of them. Got the 6 subs in. Makes a sense. I didn't see the concussion, so that would make sense. I was just wondering. I saw the 6 sub come on. I was like, what is going on? But anyway.
The penalty sounds hilarious. I mean, I've not seen it because it's the 3 o'clock blackout over there, but the penalty sounds funny. Sorry, the 3-1. That sounds quite funny from what Errol and Steve were saying on Redmen TV.
Okay. When was the I can look at it. I can look for it. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, because they got 6 subs too. I get it.
Yeah,
Um,
we were able to use a fixed sub, weren't we? A concussion sub, because they'd already done it, something.
yeah. It was a chicken wing. I got you.
It's crazy.
When did it? I didn't see. I only got to see like the. I didn't see all pretty much I saw when they scored the goal. Like I tuned in just as right before they
It
scored the
was
goal.
early. It was
It
very
was.
early. It was
I got
Bednarek, who's the captain.
got you. I
It
didn't
was
see that
probably
part.
about 18, 17, 18 minutes in, something like that. He
Ah,
There
uh,
was a clash of heads between 2 Southampton players.
Oh shoot.
And so, yeah, it was a pretty nasty one. So,
Okay.
yeah, they took him off, and yeah, then it carried over basically from that.
Makes sense now. I didn't see that happen. That's why I was like confused as to. I'm like, because
Yeah,
I knew it was
well
a new
earned.
referee that was, or one of the new referees. I'm like, well, maybe he got this one wrong or something, but who knows?
No, it's spot
Lost
on.
count on
It
his
was
fingers or something. But I get it now. I get it. I didn't see that clash of heads. But
it
big up
was
Red
Ben
Rebellion, big up
recommended.
MK big up Miss Southwards in the house on our Red Jewels. Um, big up Red for Life. Uh, big up Bernie. Big up Jimmy. Whole crew is here for sure. Had Hyler in the house early. Pops in the house. Red Armchair Supporter. MK Toe. And then we also got you and the Irishman and Lee with us as well. How are you guys feeling after this game?
Good.
Sorry.
I mean, I haven't seen it, like, to go on and be irritated and say we were poor in this bit and poor in that bit, because I've not seen the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And I only heard a limited amount of the thing anyway, because I had to go out in the first half anyway. But yeah, we've got the win. Any win will do at the end of the day. Still 3 points, isn't it?
Yeah.
And yeah, at least some players got minutes. That's what we were all crying out for, weren't it, yesterday and in the days leading up to this game. We were all crying out for a bit of rotation, and we got it. Quite a few people got minutes, didn't they? Minutes.
Yeah. Definitely so. Shout out to I'm not gonna steal his one of his catchphrases, but friend of the show, someone that's actually been on the show, one of the few people that has made a cameo on the show, Andy. You son of a no. That's what I'm sure that's what a lot of people were thinking when when Darwin went about with his antics today. Nearly getting a red card. Oh man, when he got nearly getting a red card, because I mean that could have been a red card. Let's be honest, like that could have been a red card. It was a hard foul. But yeah, yeah, I bet you did, Pops. I bet you did. Darwin being Darwin. I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm sure Arnie went into halftime and ripped him a new one too, for like saying, "Get your head in the game. We don't need any of that stupidness." Even Salah was like trying to hold him back, and he was like pushing his hand away, like, "No, I want to go talk to the referee." And he's like, "No, no." You can barely speak English, much less what you have to say is probably not going to be good. So that was not smart. But Slot stayed with them in that second half, and the results are what they are. We got a goal from him, and we got and he got the penalty for us. That was obviously the equalizer and the equalizer, and obviously the go-ahead goal. And then the third goal from the other penalty was just a dumb play by Southampton player. But what were you thinking, guys? Lee, what were you thinking about the game? How are you feeling?
I predicted a 3-0, so I wasn't far off with 3-1.
Okay, you're trying to take credit for that one. Okay.
It doesn't sound like we played too well, but then again, we didn't have to, and that was part of it today. That like we were sort of like trying to get the results on autopilot, weren't we? Uh, well, from what it sounds, and I can only go by what my ears heard, sounded like we were quite sluggish in the first half. But we remedied that like at half time, and it was all okay. It didn't take us long, did it, to hit the front once the second half started, which is exactly how you'd expect it to be against the bottom side at home.
What were you thinking? What were you thinking when we conceded the goal?
I wasn't thinking. I wasn't actually. I was a little bit worried that we could only get a draw or something. Like, I was a little bit worried for a bit. I'll acknowledge that much.
How are you feeling about it, Brian? Did you think it was like a calamity of errors? Yeah, Pops blasted BBD and AB1 on that one. Yeah, like a miscommunication. Oh, Brian, you there?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah. So I was waiting for you. Yeah, no, Virgil should have just cleared it. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. I don't know what they can look back and say, well, I thought this, but that was there in front of them. So Virgil should have just taken, and it's not like or it's very unlike Virgil to be indecisive in those moments. That's what makes him one of the best. He doesn't really ever kind of take second guess himself. Maybe the only thing was the shout. If there was a shout, but he should have known, nah, man, you're not getting here. So I'm going to deal with this. It's what he does so often as well, especially when he comes across to someone else's side. He only ever comes across like he's into that area is when he's just decided something needs to be cleared or done. So the hesitancy was, but it was a little bit mildly reminiscent of the Shar goal from Newcastle, where it was the ball wasn't cleared properly, and then someone who wouldn't normally be scoring goals scored. Puts a lovely. No, I know Shar has a decent finish, but Smallbone isn't exactly a goal scoring midfielder. He plays for us. I know that much. So he gets his chance, but yeah, just a pure miscommunication. Which again, sometimes when it's in a bit of a no man's land where it's halfway between the keeper. But I was very surprised Virgil just didn't, clear the ball and ask questions later, and then you don't have a situation or a scenario. So, yeah, calamity of errors, not so much. Just a phase of play that didn't drop our way and drop their way, but we could have dealt with it a bit more decisively. With hindsight, we have all the angles, like Pops is saying. He doesn't think he saw the player to his right, the pumps into, so it all happens in a moment. But there was that one moment where that ball is in front of Virgil, just boot it into the stand, man. Just boot it in, because you've done it already this game. It's not like we're not doing that. We've cleared balls already a few times. But the streaming gods were not kind to me. So basically, I got to see the first half. I got to see the first half, and
you only got to saw the
pretty
bad
much
parts, basically.
the last 8 minutes. I saw the last 8 minutes. I saw the first half. Pretty much that. So I missed all the drama, basically. The comeback stuff. I saw the final penalty, which it was a silly.
That was a
It was
blatant
missed.
penalty. That was a blatant penalty.
It was missed by the ref. I'm not having a go at ref. It was one of those ones that in the plate you can see, and that's why VAR is there. Because as soon as you see the angles, and it's like he just sticks the elbow, and every time you see it, so it's kind of unnecessary. And Mo, he's
it was
pinging him into the
unnecessary
top
for him to
corner.
do. I mean, like I'm not hating on the fact that he did it. I care, obviously got us a goal, but you're right. It was stupid. Like he had just the man on his left, and I think he just got reckless, thinking that it's like the training pitch.
Oh yeah, sometimes you're wondering like who's that arm belong to sticking out there, and it's like that's my arm. It just decided on its own. It's just almost like a reflex. It just try and nudge it. But back in the day without VAR, that doesn't get spotted. Most of us didn't really spot it until you saw the replay. And but that puts Mo. That now puts go level with Sergio Aguero in the all-time Premier League scorers chart. So he's moved up today. So he's now level with Sergio Aguero. So
And
just
he's
another
also
Saturday,
moved
just
to be
another record
third.
for Mo
Also,
Salah.
he's also third now on his own as well.
Oh, sorry. After the second one, sorry. Yeah, the third.
Excuse me.
No, I thought it was the two put him level. No, with Aguero today.
Oh no,
Must be
third as
two.
an all-time LFC scorer because
Oh, Liverpool. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
he was tied for third, and then
yeah,
he just now has gone clear for third.
yeah. Yeah, like I said, like another weekend, just another milestone for Mo.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like you said, yeah, look, the Darwin stuff before I get look, like it is. That's just it, really, isn't it? Could have walked. I was shocked that he came back out. You know, the amount of times we've seen this season where it's like, oh well, he was on a yellow, so I had to take him off with certain players. I just thought, well, he's getting a bit hot headed. It's not going our way, but he made a bunch of changes at halftime, and he left Darwin on,
Oh,
and it paid off for him. So
yeah.
you know, that could easily have, that was one of those, come on, man, get your head together moments. Get your head
Mhm.
together. Like, we're losing, yeah, but don't go around kicking people because you get sent off. Like,
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. uh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That's not the smart way to get our team
oh,
back into it. But he figured out the other way to do it after he got a little talking to, I'm sure, in the locker room. And also what Bernie just said was spot on too. Big up to our samurai warrior Endo. I was calling for Endo like 70th minute, 75th minute. He ended up eventually they got my text apparently, or saw our WhatsApp text, and they got him in. Got him in at like the 80th something minute. But let me see.
brought him in 3-1, right? Instead of 2-1, which I thought
80,
was a shout.
81st minute. Yeah.
Like, that was always a shout for me. It's like, when it's 2-1, he's not going to do it. Arne Slot loves a 2-0 lead. He loves a 2-0. I just thought out of 1-0 to him, that game is still a little bit in the balance.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it was good to see
No, he came in at 2-1.
a lot.
It was 2-1.
It was 2-1. Okay, cool. But
Yeah,
later
yeah.
on, it was like 82, right?
He came on. He
But it was
came in at
good to
the
see.
81st minute, and then Salah scored in the 88th minute.
Okay, cool.
But at some point, I was just saying that okay, cool. Chances are we're gonna need this to be locked down. Grabs run his butt off today. Let's get Endo. It's Endo time. It's Endo times. Endo time. However you want to put it. Yeah, come up with a catchy saying, catchy phrase. The end of time. Endo game. But he came in, and as soon as he got in the game, he made his first involvement was a clean tackle. Ended up getting us a little bit of a break, and then he was involved in the next couple of phases of play. I like that. That it seems like Slot has really warmed to Endo, and actually has been repaying, like basically, repaying his commitment and towards the game time. So commitment to being a professional and all the things that he's been praising him about. It did. Slot gets it right even from the stands, for sure. Throat is dry. Let's see what else. Yeah, you know what? Too, I'll ask this to the chat too. Did Darwin play himself into a start for PSG at home? Did he play? You can tell me what you think. Oh, Nalante's with us now. Let me open up this too. Nalante, and I agree with KJ. That's why I'm asking the question here. In your Nalante's still on mute, so oh no, he just came off mute. Okay. Comma, that's something I'm going to bring up next. I'll get your opinion, more elaborated opinion on that one too. But yeah. Do you think that Darwin played himself into possibly getting a start for PSG, or does he go with a different, or does he maybe go with a different lineup, or even the same lineup that he went for originally?
Good evening to yourself. 12.
Yeah.
Irishman, Lee, and chat. Good afternoon. I'll answer the question. I won't go into the game as of yet. I'm mixed about it. But in terms of Darwin, does he deserve to start as PhD? Yes. Will he? No.
Okay. A lot of people in the chat think he should start. KJ said yes in his opinion. Robert says he thinks he should start. Yeah, he does. Nalante's is our man on he's on what do you call it when you're like our corresponding anchor or something like corresponding he's on location. Muhammad thinks he should start. Just quick answers. Lee, do you think he should start, or you think that he shouldn't start?
No, he shouldn't start against Paris. No.
Oh wow, didn't expect that. That's a solid no.
I'd go for Jota.
Brian, do you think that Darwin should start?
Do I think he played his way into the team?
Do you think he played his way for this start? Not necessarily into the team as he should be like the, starter going forward for every game. I'm just saying, for considering how poor we looked against PSG, and when he was on the pitch, that was like the first time we actually saw our number 9 be able to kind of like control the long balls that were the only thing that we're getting were long balls, and he was actually able to control them since he was able to use the physicality. And then he had a good game and a good second half, I should say, in this one. Does he get a start? Do you reward him maybe with the start, or do you go back to your tried and measured? Because I don't know if Cody's going to be available or not. But I mean, like,
no, I would play Cody if he's fit. Diaz in the middle and Salah on the right. Or that's. I mean, I wouldn't kick a guy out of the team because he had one bad game, and I wouldn't promote a guy into a team because he had one good half either. He's had 1 goal in 10 appearances, so I'm not going to go over the top on it. He stood up and, by the sounds of it, made his presence known in the second half. But like we said, a slightly different day. He puts himself at risk of going in the book big time, straight red. So yeah, it's Darwin. It's Darwin. I mean, how can you say, oh well, if we play Darwin, he'll do this? Because we've seen today, you just cannot predict what this guy's going to do. You can't predict it. So I'm gone beyond. Oh, bring him in and he'll do this, he'll do that. I have no idea. You could start him, he'll score a hat trick. You start him, he'll do nothing. I don't know. I just can't. I can't predict this guy anymore. So whatever was said to him at halftime, got his head right. I was predicting the sub, take him off, yellow card, but that's it. No, this man, you want to start him, go ahead and start him. I just don't, because I don't know what he's going to give you. I don't think anybody knows which Darwin you're going to get that night. He could walk out on the pitch and bang one in from 25 yards. We know he can do it. But it's just, I'm past it now. Just let him do what he wants to do. If he starts him, start him. If he doesn't, he doesn't. Yeah.
So I guess it's
I just don't know.
Who knows from the panel? I think he should start. I agree with a good number of the people in the chat that think he should start. And I think even too, it might be even this as well, because let me bring up Pop said it, but I'm just the original comment was by, let me see if I can find it. Oh, right here, prime comma. It says Jota's not been good, to be honest. I'm yeah, and I agree with this too. Where was it? I don't know if he's I don't know if he was crap, as someone put in there. And I know what you mean, right? You're not saying like, I don't know if he was like but I think Pop says that he thinks he starts, and it's more of an indictment of Jota or Hata, however you want to pronounce it. But,
was it?
No, it was I was just bringing up Pop's thing right here.
No, I thought that was some account.
I think he thinks, according to Pop says, he thinks he starts, and it's more of an indictment of Diego than Darwin being great. And we still don't know Cody's condition. So, and it's one of the, I agreed with Alexander. If Cody is, kind of iffy, I wouldn't risk him. I really wouldn't risk him to maybe after the internationals, or even certainly I wouldn't risk him before we get into that cup final. I'd like to see him be able to be available, at least, if not starting in that cup final, for us to maybe have that be his miraculous return. But yeah. I just think, despite what people think, like Nunez is in a little bit of a patch for himself, as in being able to contribute. So maybe see if you can milk or squeeze some more goal involvements out of him. Yeah, Dara's saying he doesn't need to be good. He's just more of a goal threat than Nunez. So that's what he's saying. So I think he's talking about his choices to go with Diego over Nunez. And that's interesting. He said he doesn't need to be good. He just needs to be more of a goal threat than Nunez. But the reason why Nunez is a goal threat is because he's been better than Diego in at least hold up play, pressing, utilizing his pace. Like, those are all things that he's been using his attributes to his advantage.
I mean, we could do with Gakpo for the Paris game, but if we can have him back for the final, I'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we could do with him for the Paris game. We need all hands on deck for that one. But if he can't make it back for that one, I just hope he is fit enough for the final. Hopefully another week might be enough for Cozy, and then we can have him for the final, can't we? Because we need him. We need him. He's not wanting to use Chiesa, is he? He used Elliott today. Were
you disappointed not to see Chiesa?
Little bit. But I'm used to it now. Sort of like got used to it now that we're not going to see much of him. I think the dive's past now, isn't it, with him? I don't think we're going to see an awful lot of him before the end of the season, sadly. But there you go.
He's done. He's finished completely. He's done out here. It's sad to see. He's done. He's done.
Our $1 million gamble didn't pay off. Our 12 million gamble didn't pay off.
I don't. Excuse me. I think there's still time. I'm not going to co-sign on that one, but I understand what you're saying, though.
Yeah, and I want to see more of them, like, but it's just not looking likely now, is it?
I just think, but couldn't it be just that? Considering we saw Elliot, who's been, as like the kids like to say, been in the dungeon for some time, or in the basement, they say. That's what they say, basement. Excuse me. He's now all of a sudden, he's gotten a couple of looks, or he got a decent run today. Actually got a good number of minutes in a game that we needed to see a result from, that we were searching for a result from. Could it be just he's got to kind of some way, somehow kind of like play in the gulag? Yeah, they say in the gulag. Thank you, KJ. Could it be maybe that he just needs to play himself into a opportunity, to kind of like, I don't want to say force the coach's hands, but like, show the merit that he should be called on.
Seemed like he rewarded him like the PSG winner, didn't it? That must have been in his mind. He went and got that winner for us there. I'll bring him on today at half time. Give him a run.
I thought maybe he was going to get the start today, to be honest with you.
To be able to judge Elliot's performance. Like, what was he like, Elliot, today? I haven't seen it yet.
He was really good. He was really good, mate.
He was good. He was lively.
He was good. He done the job. Yeah. Done the job. The only thing with Elliot, sometimes once or twice he could have upped the pace a little bit instead of passing back. But apart from that, you can't complain. He was good. He was good, but again, it's just one half. It's just one half. You know what I mean? And I don't look. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna rip off the Band-Aid. Like, we won, great, but again, we get away with it, and we can't keep getting away with games. Look, the lineup. And again, I didn't want to say anything. I kept quiet because I thought there's no point. The lineup nearly cost us today. I can't even lie. The lineup nearly cost us today. Them players were lethargic. They were shattered. And the subs, again, now everyone can say great, genius and whatever, but it's Southampton. Southampton was still playing ball. And I've got a question slot sometimes on some of his decisions and some of these players because again,
who did you want to see? Who did you want to see though? Just give us like with the substitution or with the subs that were on the bench. Who would you have started instead of did start?
Jones.
Second half. We got
second half.
But that's also a second half of players, exerting energy. Players being subbed off for them as well with the subs, obviously with the major concussion that I didn't see early in the game. What is it? Who would you have wanted to see when you say he got it wrong? Who would you have wanted to see? That's actually for your assessment.
Yeah, for my assessment. Yeah, Tom. For me, I would have started Endo. Possibly, you know what? Maybe also Elliot. I would have. Again, not that it affected anything. I mean, you could have possibly started Kwanzaa. Simicast was fine. And I would have, like I said, and this is just my opinion, everyone disagreed with me. I would have started Kaiser. I would have put Salah on the bench. In terms of Nunes, that was fine. And Diaz, I would have, honestly. Because no, I'm being real. I'm
Oh, I
being
know you're
real.
being
What the,
real. I know you're
no,
being
I'm
real.
just being real. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I won't sugarcoat anything. And Salah, he got the penalties, yeah, but he weren't great today.
I would
But
have
I
loved.
appreciate the.
I would have loved that conversation. By the way, I would have loved to have been the fly on the wall if you were the coach and you had to
No,
pull
but
Salah
no,
goes and
but
looks. It's like, wait a minute, my name's not on this list. It's not on.
yeah. No, but no, but all I'm saying is, 12. Like I said, it's good game, and people can tell me that you need to start this player. This player. Players are humans. They burn out. They burn out. Look at that game today and tell me whether that was a good. Yeah, we done what we had to do. Only due to because we got a better squad and the subs were effective. Because that was like that first half, and even the second half. I see Southampton go, at times going through a midfield, and of course, I'm appreciative, but and this is the problem. But and one thing with Slot I don't understand is the fact that Nunes, like again, me and Brian were in the chat. We're saying, yeah, he had a terrible first half. I mean, he had two shots, so he weren't terrible, but he was lucky. But if the guy's having momentum, he scored a goal and an assist. Why are you taking him off? Why are you taking him off for Jota, for someone who's, he's just not on form? Why are you putting on Jota? What difference does that make? Just let the guy run to the 90 minutes. He's on form. The momentum's on his side. Yeah. Well, if not, then put on Chiesa. I just didn't understand that from Slot. Yeah. And then some of the play at 2-1, we're playing, again, in the first half, we were playing like the game's done. And it was 2-1. And Southampton only had that shot in the second half. But yeah, I can't lie. I mean, of course, I'm appreciative for the winter, but we got away with it a little bit today. And I'll argue with anyone. We play like that, the PSG game will be a game we'll be having a different discussion. That's all I'm going to say. But I appreciate the win, and that's all I have to say.
Yeah. I get you. Maybe that's true. Pops has got a good point. He says maybe Nunez starts midweek because that may be the reason why he subbed Diego is because he wants. Well, too, he is on a yellow, but also Nunez starts maybe starts the midweek, and that's the reason why he was taken off. Gave him 60 some odd minutes, 60. Let me double check for you. I think it was like something. Because I mean, I get that the XG also is high because we had two penalties, so that makes XG extremely high. But
yes, very high. It's 0.8.
Yeah, so that's
For penalty is 0.8. So it's 1.6
of the figure that I was going to say. So, but the XG was 4.11 to 0.31 was their XG. We had 8 big chances, 28 shots. 28 shots. They had the one big chance, obviously, that they scored on. They had 6 shots. I think, if anything, it seems like we somewhat played. I think, is anything, is like basically Southampton somewhat played like, in a sense, in this game as opposed against PSG as opposed to the latter. But 71% possession. I know there's only stats, and I know stats can be manipulated and sometimes don't tell the entire picture. There's context behind the statistics and everything, but I don't. I don't think that the mess up was the mess up. We get that, but at the same time, the mess up was a mess up. That was their only way that they got a goal. But did you not think that we were going to score in this game? Maybe, especially in the second half. I know in the first half, it's one thing. I get that. Because in the first half, we only had 2 shots on target. But we had 12 shots, but 2 shots on target. But in that second half, especially, we started. Diaz was more lively. Who else stepped it up? Obviously, Nunez stepped it up in the second half. As you pointed out, Elliott, I thought was a little bit. I know Pop said he was okay. I thought Elliott was good. I thought Elliott brought a little bit of like energy to the pitch. Am I alone on those assessments, or Lee? Am I alone on that? Oh, also big up Delonte. Sorry, big up to Darwin Nunez joining us, aka JK.
Got his finger on his mouth, telling people to be quiet and that. You know what I mean? All them guys. But I'm just happy for him that he was involved somehow to get us that win.
Yeah, he's like, I got this.
But you know what, bro? That goal, the way Diaz sort of set him up and scored, is the way I like football being played. I want my wingers to come in and set the striker up just like that. That's for me my favourite type of goal. One touch, no thinking about it, beautiful finish. And that's for me a striker, bro, and a winger working together to get a goal. And I don't see that enough in our team. But it was done really nice. But for me, I don't really want to talk about that first half. I think we were half asleep most of the time. Or just playing in first gear, following orders maybe. And then second half, we sort of stepped up. It's just standard procedure, bro. I think Brian said in the show earlier about you just feel that we could give a goal away. We've got 3 clean sheets in a row and then we let a goal like that in. That's a bit annoying.
Yeah.
But we got the 3 points, bro. That's what matters, really. You know what I mean? We just had a hard game against Paris Saint-Germain and we got 3 points. That's okay. But I just want to see, I think PSG are going to be a tough cookie on Tuesday. But I want to see us to be a little bit tighter. I feel that we allow too much space in the middle of the park too much sometimes. There's big gaps. We got to be sort of really cautious on that against them. But bro, this is the first season for Slot. He got 3 points again. Job done.
Yeah. I didn't know, Lee. I didn't know that you're feeling under the weather. Hope you feel better.
His dad is under the weather, not him.
Yeah, I might have caught it.
Yeah, he said he feels a bit crummy today.
Yeah, he was out. He was up with his dad, weren't you? His dad is sick, so he's probably gone and picked it up off him. Bloody Everton fans, typical Everton fans, Lee. Typical Everton fans.
Yeah, hopefully, no doubt. We hope that the win. Hopefully, a win will maybe give you that little bit of immunity.
Can I ask Lee? Have you? I know you're not in it, but have you seen their new stadium? Have you been in the environs? Have you seen it yourself personally? The new Everton stadium.
I haven't paid that much attention to it. My dad's looked at videos and he says it looks good and everything. He's pleased with what it looks like on the videos and that. But I haven't
gone past it on a bus or anything like that. No.
Yeah, that bit. Yeah, I used to go. It's by where the Heritage Market used to be. There used to be a market there that was quite good, and you could buy like music and like clothes and that at that place. That. Oh, there was a club there as well years ago, the Hard Dock in the early 90s. But I haven't been up that part of the Dock Road in years now. But I will at some point probably go and have a look what it looks like.
We're going up there next season anyway. We'll be going up there next season as league champions. The first ever league champions to play at Everton's new ground will be Liverpool FC. Just chalking it up there, just making sure they know. The first ever time they host a league champion, it'll be Liverpool. So you can move to a new ground all you want, but you can't get out of Liverpool.
Yeah, the Dock Road runs all the way down to just by here. Like it's only not far, like not that many hundreds of yards up the road where you can get onto the Dock Road from around there and then go all the way up. Yeah, Everton in their new grounds.
Some questions in the chat here. Or at least comments in the chat, I should say. Kevin says he got a bit scared when he saw Lallana come on. He remembers him winning 1-0 with with Brighton at Anfield. Yeah, they made it. The Anfield crowd was cool to give him a the commentator called it a hero's welcome, in the sense of when he got on the pitch, and but he also it didn't. He got the only time I really recognized him on the pitch was when he got on the pit when he got called on the pitch.
Well, for us, Lallana, the injuries sapped him a bit, like, didn't he? But he did well for us, like, didn't he? And he was quite like a favourite player of Klopp early on, wasn't he? Like,
big up, Red Armchair supporter. Big up, and but there was a stat too, by the way. Before I bring up Norm's statement, there was a stat out there that was pretty. I'm trying to think of how exactly it went, but it's something like every time Slot has brought on Endo with a lead, we've won the game.
No, I haven't conceded.
You haven't conceded then. Okay.
I haven't conceded.
All right. Thank you for correcting me.
No, we've won the game, but it's a level above that. We haven't even conceded a goal.
Yeah. Which is that's pretty exceptional. That's pretty exceptional.
Well, it's usually 80 minutes, 82, 78, creeping up a little bit. But he's the what they used to call James Milner, the human final whistle.
Yeah,
and it was a compliment. Yeah. It's like when he came on, the game's over. The game is over. Yeah, the game is over.
Yeah.
When he comes on, forget about it. Because you were saying it the other night when we brought him on against PSG. You were even saying it. You were saying, "Oh, so we're giving up on this game, are we?" Because that was your mindset. Oh, we're bringing it in, and we're locking it down. There's going to be nothing. So that is basically that's the Milner kind of effect he has on that team. It's like, oh, he comes on, then it's like, yeah, it's just to go pretty much put the lock on it. It's remarkable, right? I mean, the minutes, I don't know how many minutes he has, but it's a calming influence. And like you said, he's when he comes on, he'll often get into a tackle straight away, which is very important. You can come on to a midfield like that with 8 minutes left, and you can kind of get lost if you want. You have to be. It's hard to kind of come on and be immediately effective in the midfield like that, and he does it by, I think, very quickly finding the first ball and tackling it and going for it. And like Chiesa does, gets into a game very quickly. But that's one of his one of his better qualities is that he can come into a game that's that old, and he can immediately be in it. A lot of players, the game would just pass them by, but he has that ability to get in and get stuck in straight away. And I think he does that by looking for the first tackle he can find and getting involved in it. Just winning that first ball within a minute. He probably gives himself like a personal target. When I gotta get on the pitch, I want to have made a tackle within a minute, or caught on the ball within a minute.
Get in. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to drift.
He's not scared to get into a.
No, you got to be. Yeah. You got to get into a game. Like it's the only way to get into a game is get into a game. If that makes sense, you got to get involved in it, or else it'll just pass you by. You shy away from the first tackle or first touch. Oh, I'm not long. Get past it, him. Nah, you're done, man. Get into it straight away. And that speaks a lot to the mentality.
It does. It definitely screams volumes about the mentality that you have to be not scared about, getting involved and trying to make a difference. There was a statement that Norm said that I wanted to bring up, and this was interesting too because he just got back from the game. Big up Norm, by the way. Let's see if I can find it actually. Give me 1 second. I didn't start. That's why. Okay, here it is. He says, hello all. Been at the game. He says Diaz is going, and he thinks Diaz is trying to cut inside too much. The one time he goes at the defender, he beats and crosses for a goal. He says he does not see Slot keeping him next season. Only an opinion. It's not an indictment on the player. Norm is very level-headed when it comes to that kind of stuff. Do you think that this is like these are the last days of Diaz with this club?
Be a mad one if it was him as well, because like we're talking about Nuno, Jota, Chiesa possibly not being part of it next season, and we don't even know if Mo's signed his contract yet. Could
it be
a revolution in our forward options? Like, you know what I mean? We're gonna have to like replace them all. Apart from Gakpo. Is anyone
yeah. Pops is backing up what Norm had to say. He said Lucho beats the men on the outside, we score, but he doesn't do it again, meaning like he doesn't try to do the same thing. Norm is saying he thinks Slot wants his wide players to be more direct. And
I do wish he'd go on the outside more, Diaz. I always have done. I think that with Mo as well, quite a lot. Like when Mo doesn't go onto his right foot enough and go to the line, just to put the question in the defender's head: is he going to come inside?
Mm-hmm. I was just going to say, you did notice a real difference, not only in his play, but even the link up and the progression of play between our left-sided players being. When Robbo got on the pitch, there was a noticeable difference in what was going on that left side. Not saying, and again, that's not an indictment on Simicast. It's just more so just saying that, he made a little bit of a better he made a little bit of a better run at the game with Robbo on that side.
What was Jones like? Any goals? Was it hard for him to get into it?
Was Jones good? Jones should have scored. To be honest with you.
100%. Yeah.
He had his head in his hands on the ground, so even Jones will tell you I should have scored. That's not us slagging him off. He was disgusted that he missed that one.
Yeah. Oh. It's like in the middle of the box. Easy line sight on the goal and just kind of hooked it a little bit.
He got a tidy finisher, Curtis.
Yeah, he dragged it, basically. He just dragged it.
He should at least hit the target on that one. And it was like early though. I told you how I didn't see the very beginning of it. That was like, but I saw the highlights. They showed that miss on the halftime highlights. They showed that miss because there was only like that miss. I think it was Darwin's shot on goal, and they showed like maybe one other shot, like a flick or something by Darwin that didn't go in. Jones was too slow in possession again today.
Oh. I've just seen it now. His miss. YouTuber put the highlights up. Jonesy's miss is the first thing in the highlights. Yeah, he did drag it.
Saints deserve credit. They never gave up. Lost captain early as well. Yeah, you can see those guys are fighting that they haven't given up on trying to go out and play. Like that. I will give Southampton. It'd be very easy sitting on 9 points. What was it like the 20? What was the? Hold on, let me see what they are. They are, sitting on 23 losses. 23 losses. 2 wins,
it's hard
3
to
draws.
Keep the morale up there. Hard to keep the morale up in a team.
Yeah, exactly.
Games.
Yeah.
What the hell was he doing, man?
Okay. I think Lee's watching the highlights back.
Yeah, he should score now as well. Yeah, YouTube have finally put them up after a bloody hour.
Running commentary.
Yeah. It is. It is a sizable gap between relegation and the rest of the pack. Even Wolves look like they are pretty much safe, pretty much now.
Yeah.
22 points.
They're staying up.
17. That's tough. Pretty tough. Big up Lee. Big up Lee. Big up Jimmy. Pop saying they are professionals, so we should always be saying that, but we made them look better than they are if we are being honest. Yeah, I mean, we've seen teams quit though, so I mean, it's not like, you know, there's teams that have looked like they've gotten the spirit pretty much punched from their gut. But I will give you that. We'll give you that. They have been fighting. And they and Small Bone, unique name there, ended up trying to make us pay, basically. Trying to make us pay.
Yeah.
Lante, you wanted to ask a question, Lante?
Yeah.
No, I was just going to ask you guys, basically, regarding, Salah, the second pen. Do you think that was a pen?
Yeah. His second penalty or his first penalty?
Second pen. No, second.
Oh, yeah, that was a pen all day. Yeah.
Twice on Sundays now.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't think so?
I think I don't know. I mean, again, it's hot when you're running. It's a lot of interpretation. I thought it was a little bit harsh. For me, I don't think he meant it, but it is what it is.
I think he definitely meant it the way he put his. He went to nudge it.
He used his elbow to basically gain control of the ball in the box.
No, you could see but the way he did it, he put his arm out. He said, "That's going to touch it with the elbow. No one will see it." And I don't think I think he almost did a reactionary, but he controlled it with his elbow. 100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. No problem.
And I thought, and look, before people jump on the first pen, I thought the first pen was a penalty too. I mean,
no, that was a definite pen. There's no clear about that. Yeah.
We have to be prepared, because that's what people are going to do on the internet is critique it. They're going to say as soon as Darwin got the second penalty, or as soon as Darwin got the goal, as soon as Darwin and especially when he got the penalty, all I thought about is, oh man, these guys on the internet are going to be like, Darwin Nunez should have came off. He shouldn't even be on the pitch. That was good. I'm sure that was going to be the narrative.
Well, Pops, all I can say, Pops, you need to have a word with your boss, man. That was never a foul on Ali. That was never a foul on Ali.
Yeah, I agreed on that. The first goal, yeah. I agree with Brian 100%.
Ali, if anything, Ali went into him.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't think that that it was like he impeded?
It wasn't a foul on Ali. It was in no way. If Ali didn't even flinch, the boy bounced off him, and Ali was still set. There was in no way, nowhere near a foul on Ali in that goal.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. Before that, VVD should be clearing that ball anyway. There should be better communication before that. So and look at the reaction of that.
You gotta give him credit. He made. I'll let you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut across you. I was just gonna say, he made a good. Smallbone made a good finish. I don't know how to say pause behind that, but like, but he made he nutmegged him. He nutmegged Ali.
Oh, that guy will never score a bigger goal than that in his life. For a small bone, that's the biggest goal he's ever going to score.
Yeah, that's the biggest goal he's scored.
Yeah. No one ever heard of him a little while ago. He plays for Ireland.
But yeah,
he's
in the squad, isn't he?
so did the handy, the guy at the back, the guy that clashed with Bednarek. Bednarek went off for the concussion sub. He clashed with Manning. He's another Irish player. So there are 2 Irish players out there today.
Okay.
Manning is an Irish player.
Okay, he's in the squad. Okay.
He sent out Bednarek. Yeah, he was the guy that he clashed with Bednarek. Bednarek went off.
He used to have a ball that looked like him years ago. Who looked similar to him. What's his fucking name?
Kincheski.
No, a midfielder. But he had narrow.
Well, John Joe Shelby.
No. Oh, I can't remember his bloody name.
You don't get many chrome domes. Like, he's a proper chrome dome.
He did look like he did give a little John Joe Shelby vibe.
He doesn't have like a shaved head. He has a proper like.
Wow.
There ain't no hair up here. Yeah, this is I don't know what you call it, but
Duncan Goodhue fell out of
pretty much. Yeah. But he'll never score a bigger goal than that.
Poor old Duncan Goodhue fell out of a tree, and like the shock of it made his hair fall out. But he went on to be a brilliant swimmer for Britain in the Olympics. But he used to like milk it, you know what I mean? He'd like appear on like kids shows, and like his bald head would be like obscured underneath something. People would be like feeling it, like, what is this? Oh, it's Duncan Goodhue's head. You know what I mean? He sort of like made good money out of it. Duncan Goodhue.
John Joe. I'm sorry. John Joe. John Joe Shelby. Yep.
How do you reckon Diaz played?
It was a shame. Harry Potter came and took sorry. Just think about it. He looks like Baltimore. Or Baltimore? Isn't that
Baltimore,
the
guy? Yeah.
But they have an actual chant about that. They have like a little chant for him too on that one. Like, Harry Potter's coming for you, John Joe Shelby. It's funny.
How do you reckon Diaz played, guys?
It was two halves. If you want to ask me,
I reckon Diaz played really good today, man. Every time he had the ball up out piece, you know what I mean? He's that one guy. When he's got the ball, him and Van Dijk, for example, Diaz, man, he doing well second half. That assist, he got an assist, you know, something to add to his tally. Do you know what the tally is of his goals and assists this season? Diaz, 12? If you can find out.
Say again?
For Diaz? Yeah, goals and assists, Premier League.
Give me 1 second, I'll tell you.
That's all I want to see from my wingers. That type of play, that sort of cross, that sort of goal. That's for me, wingers at their best, right there.
He has 9 goals and 4 assists.
So the assist could be more for sure.
Oh yeah,
goals 9. Yeah. His assist he needs to work on big time, because for me that cross he gave for Darwin, you couldn't have gave it any better. The speed, everything was perfect. For me, he can do that. I need to see that more until the end of the season. I think, was it Norman saying, bless Norman, about he might leave or something next season? I'll keep in Diaz. I just like his work rate.
Robert saying Diaz was good, but he would love if he didn't take the extra turn sometimes and just pass or shoot. Yeah, Mohamed Salah. Oh, wow, man. He just keeps motoring on.
Goals and assists of him?
Yeah. 29 goals, 17 assists.
In the Premier League?
That's just in the Prem.
Ooh.
Right?
Oh.
Pretty sure.
That's what I mean about Salah. He weren't really great again today. He weren't great.
I didn't think so either. I didn't think he was that great. The goals, obviously, he's got 27 goals, actually. 27 goals in the league. 27 goals.
Okay.
But to Darwin for his yellow card. It was funny, that tackle, mate. What was he up to?
Did you see Darwin's face?
At the time we were losing then, like, and he just had a bit of a knife.
Yeah. Funny that was. He could have gone. He could have gone pear-shaped. He could have gone like if he got red for that, it would be tame. But for me, I think second half after the chat they had with Slot, he just looked like a totally different player, bro. He won us that game for me, Darwin. His goal.
I mean, like the pens definitely cover up a little bit of him having, like, people are going to look at the score sheet and they're like, oh, he had 2 goals. Well, yeah, he had 2. Not taking away the fact that they're penalties. I mean, like, you still got to score.
You can always miss them, bro. You can always miss them.
Always miss penalties, exactly.
Yep.
He did win the game for us, didn't he? After that yellow, to get his header and then to win the penalty off Smallbone for most to put us in front was Darwin's doing, wasn't it? So
yeah. But yeah, Pops is saying, I got a comment for you, JK. He says, "You are very kind to Lucho. Outside that 1 assist, he worked hard, but he wasn't good for Pops. And also, Mo was quite ordinary. 2 big pens, but not much else."
But for me, they're the sort of stats you want to. That's what win games.
But they were 2 great pens. 2 well taken pens. I'll let say your comment again, because I spoke over you by accident.
No, I'm just saying that's the sort of stats that wins games. He got 2 penalties, scored them both, job done. And I think Diaz, bro, look, Pops, I see with Diaz when he had the ball today, I felt peace. It was like that game was a bit flustered first half, and every time that Diaz had the ball, I just felt a little bit better about the game. Second half as well, bro. I think him getting that assist sort of was good. But I think all in all, I think Diaz put a good shift in today, man. He played well.
Yeah. Did you have what was your feel good moment of the game then?
Oh, for me, the Darwin goal, the way the cross came and the way he just finished it, first touch, bang, beautiful. Yeah, that was my best. Yeah. What a moment.
Very Diego-like in a sense, which is kind of wild. They got that goal because Diego's usually like such a good, quick and easy, like to be able to redirect shots very quickly and easily. Well, I'll bring up your comment, Norman, 1 second. Feel good moment for today, Lee?
Darwin, I suppose, yeah.
Darwin. Nunez. Huh? Okay. Brian, did you have a feel good moment? I know you didn't get to see the second half, so maybe that feel good moment got missed, or a good bit of the second half, but
yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it was all pretty dull and shitty in the first half. So yeah, whatever the boys say.
Okay. Darwin for KJ. I got you. Darwin was his feel good moment. Nolante, did you have a feel good moment from this game?
I'm stuck between 2. I guess Darwin, like the boys said, and Harvey coming on 45 minutes. When I saw him, I thought he was a lie. I thought he was a stunt double. I nearly fell off my chair. What's he doing on the pitch after 45? So those 2 for me.
I think he played good.
Sure.
I think he played good. Elliot, I reckon he kept it flowing, kept it moving. Yeah, man. I think he did good.
Why is that?
We already knew who
we don't have bad players.
Who Marion's feel good moment was going to be, but rightfully so. You deserved it.
It was the art of the goal as well. The way he finished it for me, clinical. Bang, beautiful.
Yeah, Jimmy said Darwin. Yeah. Elliot gave us the in what is that?
Impetus. Yeah.
To go forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Harvey Elliott plays simple football, bro.
Harvey was an injection of desire. Lee was good to say. Realism Jarrett said to comment before that.
Yeah, he keeps it simple. That's why he's effective for me.
Yeah. Interesting.
We talk about Elliott and Endo and stuff. Like all these guys we've been talking about for the last few weeks and stuff. Have you noticed they're all getting game time recently? Endo, Elliott, they're getting game time, bro. Because I think we need them to come on.
Yeah, we do.
I was waiting for Chiesa to come on last 5 minutes or something. You know what I mean? Nah.
Yeah,
JK, he's done. He's done.
All the boys he's wanted haven't been getting. No, JK, no, that's not. All the boys you've been talking about haven't been getting game time. They're still been getting the same sub minutes you're talking about. They're not getting all these minutes. Like, I don't get this. This hasn't been. These boys are getting the same minutes they've always been getting. Today he gets a start. He comes on at halftime. I mean, the guy is doing what he's doing.
No, but Endo, bro.
Endo's getting this. Endo came on with 80 minutes, JK.
Yeah, but Endo in the last
he's not getting
6
minutes.
weeks, he's getting more minutes than he did in the first half of the season, 100%. He wasn't playing nothing in the first half.
He was starting all the Carling Cup games.
Yeah, but other than that, bro, you didn't even know he was at the club. It's only recently you can say, he's playing for
Premier League starts or Premier League. Not starts, Premier League.
No, he's not getting Premier League starts.
He haven't got a Premier League start at all this season.
Elliott hasn't started a game this season. These guys haven't been getting minutes recently because, like, we have subs. It's not unusual that the players on our bench come on. They have to come on. Squad, he's using it. Yeah, they have come on. They're coming on. Like, every club brings on subs. Every club has a Chiesa and an Elliott and an Endo. We're 16 points clear at the top of the league. Has nobody noticed this? Like, what's wrong with the way he's doing? I don't see where the issue is.
You said there was something wrong with it. Yeah, no one said that.
Yeah, but players are getting game time. Chiesa, but Chiesa. What's Chiesa?
I just want to see him play football, bro. It's as simple as that.
It's not like it's Mane is sat on the bench or Firmino is sat on the bench, a guy that has proven to do stuff. It's Chiesa, a guy who's about 100 minutes for us.
Yeah, but it would just be nice to see him play football. Simple as that. He plays for us, you know what I mean? I'd rather just see him play than him sitting on the bench.
You know? If it's because it would be nice, then cool. That's fine. If that's what it's about.
No. If he was a poor footballer, then it's a different story. But for me, he isn't a poor footballer. He's got quality.
All right, let me ask you this then, fine, Brian. If Salah was having 10 stinkers of a game, he was poor in 10, would it be, and Chiesa at the same time he's been fit, would you be like saying, it's Chiesa, he's not good enough, I'll just pay Salah? Or would you say, you know what, Salah, he ain't played well in the last 6-7 games he's had stinkers, let someone else have a try?
Yeah, but no, that's a huge if Mo Salah had 10 stinkers in a row, that's never happened in his career. I mean, I'm just saying, like, you're asking me to invent a hypothetical. If Mo Salah has been absolute trash for 10 games,
no, because he hasn't. But you're just kind of dismissing the thing.
Chiesa's trash. That's the
I've never said Chiesa's trash. I've never said Chiesa's trash.
No, but it's just. I get what you're saying, but you're just kind of dismissing him like, what has he done?
I'm not dismissing the player. I'm not dismissing the player. I'm just saying this guy doesn't want to play with multiple subs in rotation. He wants to work with a smaller squad, and this is just the simple fact of it. There's only so many times you can get into a team. Like, what is it? What I'm saying is, it's not like we've got a Mane sitting on the bench that's won stuff with us. It's we know what he can do. We know what he can do. It's like Chiesa, we don't know.
Pops.
I feel Chiesa could have done a better job than what Jota's done. In the last few games, Jota's been on the pitch. I think Chiesa would have done a better job, my opinion. It's as simple as that.
Okay, right. Pops, Brian, like you guys are saying, oh, we're top. Cool, we're top. But I don't know if you guys watched the last couple of games, and yeah, we've won. We've been lucky. So I don't understand what is the crime for him being, oh, we're going to give minutes to him. Like, so what's the point of buying Chiesa then? So should he not be in the club? So
Matthew,
what?
that's the question I've
Wait,
been
hold on.
asking you. Sorry.
No, no. Okay, sorry. No, I'm just saying that I don't see. Would if Chiesa would have started today? No, he hasn't. Is the fan base going to have a meltdown? Salah on the bench? I don't see what is the issue. The big issue of him starting. I just like I know you were saying like what has he done, but for me then what's the point of him buying him? Like you keep saying this 16 or 17 man squad of slot to here. I'll put my mortgage on it. If he plays 16 or 17 games all the next season, we ain't winning the league. It's a team game. It's again, it's like I'm talking to. I believe it's a 23 man squad. Like these players, can you like today that first half, and it's not been the first time. It's been games that we've won or draw, but we've got away with it. We're shattered. Look at the midfield again today, and yes, we got the job done. But there's only so many moments you can get the job done. Look at last season. We were losing, and yeah, we're doing the comeback, but at some point, what happened? The comeback didn't happen, and we let the season blow away. Yes, we are clear about the circumstances, but yes, it's going, we're clear and all that. But at some point, there's only so much you can get away. We can't have our midfield run through nearly every other game. We can't be Moments FC every other game. And that is just my point. So a squad is there to be used. I'm not saying Chiesa should start every game. I've never said that, but he's a good enough player to start today. I don't see what the issue is with that. Was Mo great today apart from the penalties? Yeah, he scored the penalties. He weren't great, no. But it is what it is anyway. So I'm not the manager, am I? We're just talking, we're opinions, so it's not going to happen. But that's it.
Quickly. No, and all I'm saying is basically, and because this is all it is about opinions. On my side, it's like, where is the crime in not playing these players when it's working for us right now? And it's not like what's he ever done for us. He's a great player, Chiesa. Worth 100 million quid before his ACL. Brilliant footballer. But I'm just saying we're talking about three Endo, Chiesa, Elliot to a degree, without wanting to offend anybody. People who've always been fringe players at our club. It's not like three players who had pivotal roles and things that we've won that we can say, oh, well, we know it's this guy, it's this guy. It's people who've always been fringe players at our club. And yeah, they might be able to come in and do a job. But all I'm saying is, like, I don't see the crime in also. And there's no way it's going to be a 16-man squad. No. But not like a 23 like Chelsea with like another 10 on the training pitch next door because there isn't a big enough dressing room. You know, the opposite of that kind of thing. 18, 19, 20, whatever it is. But that's all. I just think like what we're doing is like, it's not like we've got a Mane sitting on the bench and a Bobby Firmino sitting on the bench and we're not playing well. It's like, well, why can't we do that? It's like, again, these players haven't had the chance to come in and do stuff. It's just they're always been fringe players, so I don't see why the cry is out there for these guys who were never main men for us to come in. Not that they can't.
Yeah,
they come in, they do their jobs when they're called.
They're guaranteed.
Yeah, but these fringe players,
starters. I mean, Chiesa is not.
Yeah, but these fringe players.
That's what I'm saying. It's like why are we talking about like just guys that were always kind of fringe players anyway?
But these fringe players are doing a job now, Brian. Right now, our fringe players are the guys who are doing the job. For me, Endo, Elliot, and Darwin, all fringe players, all doing a job. Chiesa, for me, deserves to be in that bracket of players. At least, come on, man. You're trying to tell me he can't be in that bracket of football players.
No,
like
I'm not saying he can't do it, Jacob. I'm just saying I don't know what we're basing it on.
We're basing it on fatigue. When you look at a team, when you look at fatigue in a team, that's why Nalante, I agree with him in certain way, in that way where fatigue plays a big part of the game. I think some of our players look sort of shattered. I think McAllister looked fresh when he came on. He looked really up for it and stuff, and I think he played great second half. But for me, Gravenberch had a better game today. I think Gravenberch was pretty decent, but for me, he looks a little bit tired. That's fatigue, bro.
I think that comment was made earlier too.
You know, so for me, an Endo, you trying to like we won about the roll call about the game might not be the same if Endo did start. You know what I mean? Okay, bring Gravenberch off a little bit earlier then. You know what I mean? Rest the guy even. I would have took a rest from him today. You know, we've got to beat Southampton with that Gravenberch. That's as simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we just want to see our players get game time.
Okay. All right, Pops, you're starting to make excuses now because you're saying what time and merits have he done against the Mo. But I could say you talking about was he great in his last start. I could say Mo was awful, and yeah, you can say Mo got the goals and assists. McAllister weren't great. This person weren't great. So I don't see why it's an issue for you that Mo stays on the bench and Kaiser plays against Southampton. I just don't get it. And then you're saying about extra games because you don't have to get that. That's irrelevant. That's not the point. The squad is there to be used. All right, so what's the point of having a squad, regardless if we're out competitions? Should we just play all 11 players to the end of the season? I just don't get this logic. Like, dismissing some of these players, like, they're just dead food. Like, fair enough. And again, I repeat, I'm not saying for Chiesa or this man to start every game. The players need to be rotated. You should know this, but they're not robots. They're not human beings. Are you telling me in the last 5-6 games, apart from Newcastle, have we been great? No. We've been tired, and look, people don't want like the truth, but we've got away with it at certain games. And because the mentality of the players to win, we've got away with it. Does our midfield always have to be run through every time? Southampton, bottom of the league, they were cutting through again for our midfield. So that's all. Yeah, they were. So all I'm saying is certain players, let these players, it's not a crime to start Endo here or this person there. And then simple, come back in the next game. I know who the starters are, but it's no crime for them to start certain games. I just don't get the logic.
I think the slot, he likes to keep it secure in his mindset. The guys who can do the job for him. And he don't really like to tamper with that. He's got his 11. Like he thinks, he's 11. You know, that'll be Diaz, Jota, and say Salah, and then you got the midfield three of Szoboszlai, McAllister, and Gravenberch, bro. The thing is, he don't like to change from that. He did early on in the season, maybe a little bit here and there, but all in all, we know what his set team is. And he's only recently gave games to like Endo a bit more than that. Darwin sort of coming back into the scene now. Got an assist, got a goal, won a penalty, bro, in 2 games. That's why I don't ever take the piss out of any player. You know, even though you might think he's not great, good enough, or whatever it is, let the season finish. If he moves on, then you can talk about the guy. But when he's playing for Liverpool, man, you could say, yeah, he was awful, he weren't great, and this, that, and that. But for me, the way certain fans went over Darwin, like talked about Darwin, man, I'm like, yo, this guy wants to win more than us. He's playing for a football club where he gets paid pretty well. He wants to win. He ain't having a laugh here, you know what I mean? Did you see in the end of the second half? In the way Darwin was just sort of faster and getting more involved and stuff. And that's what I was saying about football and that, like Chiesa to Pops. Chiesa, yeah, he won't replace Salah. But I just feel Chiesa has enough in his tank and brain to handle a Southampton team. He's simple as that. And he's played a few games with us where he likes to shoot. He was the one guy out of a whole team who would get the ball and his first thing would be, I'm going to shoot, even if it's outside the box. And it was nice to see that. He got a goal. And I was thinking, okay, this brother could be sort of slowly get involved in more games, you know, and it's not really happened. So for me, God knows what his situation is, but it would have just been nice to see Chiesa get game time. Yeah, against Plymouth, he was poor. Everyone was poor that day, bro. Even everyone was there. Whoever played in that game was poor. I can't pick
against Plymouth. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like football is like this. A guy will play good for 3 or 4 games.
I don't think Endo was poor, but yeah, I get what you're saying now.
Yeah, I just feel like
I don't think Endo was poor in that game. I think Endo did decent, had a decent game.
He was okay, but we lost. But it don't really matter now. That's history.
He was the best of a bad bunch, basically. So that's why it doesn't stand out. Or maybe that's why it does stand out. Excuse me.
How long did Endo get today?
Like I want to say like he was in before the goal. He was in the 81st minute. So he got like 15 minutes, something like that.
15. Okay.
15 minutes, something like
that.
As a starter, that's a tough audition to make. I think that's a tough audition to make when you're in a heavily rotated squad. I think his audition was his first. That wasn't his first start, I don't think. I think his first start was the League Cup game against Southampton. Wasn't that his first start?
Chiesa?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's either Accrington, Stanley. So yeah, one of the two. So you could be right, I think.
But he showed glimpses of quality, bro. You know what I mean?
I'll double check. And he had moments of like brilliance in that one. There were some times where you could see that he was like kind of like he was kind of like, you know, sucking air. I don't even see why like everyone's so hammed up on this Chiesa thing. It's 12 million. I know that's a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. For all of us, I think that's a lot of money. Personally. However, in football terms, 12 million is a pittance, basically, nowadays, when it comes to the kind of caliber player that you're trying to get back from that acquisition if you're just dropping 12 million. And considering we signed him to a long deal, he signed to a long deal. I think he signed to like a 3 or 4 year deal, right? And he is on good money. I will admit that he is on good money. But still, all the same, it's if you, as I think that's what Kevin's trying to bring up too about his wage. I think he's on like 120 or something, 140. Okay. For 145 years. Okay, so that's a good long deal. If you're signing someone like that, albeit I don't want to see the same thing as Thiago, but this is more so this player has been at least available. It just has been it's just been something that the coach has chosen not to act on, which is playing the player. Sorry. Sorry, I just saw Norm's comment, but I don't know how much that procedure cost, by the way. But the point is, there is still time for Chiesa to have his. There's time for any of these players to have their moment. I would like to see Chiesa play. I don't think that, and this is just my opinion, commenting off of what all the chat's been saying and all the panels been saying. This is only my opinion, but when it comes to Chiesa, I believe A, he'll have his moment. B, I'm not bothered about him not getting. I'm not overly bothered about him not getting playing time. Just at the moment because we're winning. If we weren't winning and we're trying to find some other solution, or players are playing poorly, that's a different story. Then I'd be like, why not try him out? But even more so with Chiesa, I don't know. I wouldn't go as far as to say that Chiesa hasn't earned a start over Mohamed Salah, even if Mohamed Salah is playing poorly. Salah's got enough credit in the bank that he could probably figure out a breakout game for himself by getting the starts, in my opinion. However, I do think that I wouldn't mind seeing him, get some minutes so that we don't overuse Mohamed Salah, like as in he doesn't. If it's not on the right wing, then I don't want to overuse. I don't want to overuse Lucho either, who gets a lot of minutes. So we brought him to be if we can help it or we can utilize it. I'd like to see him try to grow into it. But I believe he's going to have a moment. I believe the same way that Elliott had a moment this year, and it was a huge moment. Let's not get it twisted. The same way that Elliott had a moment, I believe that Chiesa is going to have his moment. Whether it's I don't know if it's going to be in a cup final or if it's going to be it could be in a cup final or it could be in just like a game in a game that we do try to rotate the players. That's just my opinion. If you think elsewise, it's the reason why we're here.
I mean, if you have a moment, right? Is that enough over 38 games?
Is that what now? Say again.
Is that enough over 38 games? If you have a moment, like
if you have a moment, I think it is. Yes, moments are important. Now, if you have a moment, yes.
I was going to
go ahead. Finish your point.
No, yeah, no. I'm just saying, like, yeah, all players can have moments. He's Chiesa. This guy, like I said, was being rated at 100 million quid.
Yeah.
Before, like, this guy has already had moments. It's not about like that's what it's like. Look, he plays, doesn't. It's like we're doing what we're doing the way we're doing it.
I think that's like
you said, like, no, look, jeez, man.
Finish your point. My apologies.
No, if you're saying if he scores one goal, right, and that justifies the whole whatever. He comes in, he was a punt, doesn't quite work out, has a couple of games, does a few things, moves on to pastures new. Yeah, these things happen in football. Players come and go. I just don't see why we're kind of fixated on this guy when I say that it's not that he's never done anything. It's just like you said, it's like if Salah was having a terrible patch of form and we had a player on the bench who has shown that he can do it consistently for us in the Premier League, then it's like, well, why aren't we playing that guy? That's something. It's not like we've got a guy who's knocking it out of the park every single week. And we're asking, well, why aren't we playing this guy Chiesa? I'm not saying he can't do it, not saying he's a bad player. I'm just saying there's nothing to base it on. It's like not saying he wouldn't be able to do it, but why are you dropping Salah? It's not just this season. It's look at Mo Salah's league appearances every single season since he's been here. 32, 33, 34, 36. This is not like just Arne Slot constantly playing Salah. He's always done this. Salah has always, I think his lowest ever is 32 league starts. Mo has always basically played every single game in the Premier League. I think one season he came close to playing every game, starting every game. He only missed one or two. That's Mo. He's always done that. It's not just a Chiesa thing. Mo has always been fit enough and good enough. Like Nalate is saying, if he had played 10 terrible games in a row, okay, we can talk about it, but he hasn't ever in his career at Liverpool. So, and like then I'm saying, it's not like we have someone on the bench has a proven track record for us. So that's why I don't get to connect with, well, why does Chiesa have to start? Like, why does this guy have to start? We're getting the best we can.
I didn't say he has to start.
We have. No, not you. No, it's like, look, we're doing, I don't look, to me, this stuff is pretty, right now, we look at our points total in the Premier League, we look at where we are. What we're doing is working. I'm not going to question his methods right now. The methods that he's using have achieved incredible results for us. I'm not going to question that. No.
So I just want to clarify or clear up that, and you said I didn't say that he needs to start, but what I did say is that I believe that players will.
No, not you. Basically, Nalante and boys. Not you.
I'm just saying, I just think players will have moments, and especially if you're a fringe player, your opportunity to have those moments is going to be far in between. Like as you're gonna have very few opportunities or minutes to actually get those moments. Make the most of them when you do have those opportunities. Elliott had the moment yesterday, or this past game against PSG. We have not seen Elliott get really much of a sniff of playing time really at all this season. You know, it was a player that was heavily used in the preseason, someone that showed form and showed like some real promise. Actually, seemed to like fittingly fit in well with what he was trying to do on the pitch. What at least Arne Slot was trying to form and shape the team into. But we don't see those opportunities. But then again, he's got his opportunity. He made the most of it. Chiesa kind of fumbled the ball on against Plymouth, but everyone pretty much fumbled the ball on against Plymouth. Southampton, he was okay. Showed glimmers of there's that promise. But why I also think about it is that you said exactly so. Chiesa has had moments, lots of moments, to the point where it wasn't just moments. It was just he's just a dynamic, very dynamic player. 100 million, 80 million, 100 million pound player. You said that knowing that he has the capability. I would like to. The only way we're going to find that out is if he's able to bring that out in the Prem or in the Prem, especially, is if he gets minutes. So I would like to see him get some type of minutes just to see. I mean, I understand he's getting those opportunities. He's getting looked at by the coach on the pitch and during training time and the likes. I understand that part and point, and that's the bottom line. A lot of coaches just make their decisions from that aspect. But again, it's just from a fan perspective. We would like this. I think I also would like to see him just be that knuckleball, or that curveball that gets thrown into there every once in a while. That way something. It's if you have an idea. We got to prepare against this squad. What are the components that he's probably going to bring off the bench? They're going to be this components. That's one thing. We know if they do bring in this, we have to just adjust our approach to combat or confront whatever Slot's doing. That's one thing, and he's done an exceptional job. He's not 100% on all of his choices or all his things, but we don't expect that of anyone. So that's what I was just trying to get across. I would like to see Chiesa. I think Chiesa still could end up being the steal of the summer. I think I made that statement before. I'll stick with that statement now. I really honestly do, because he's knowing what kind of player he is, knowing that he's it's just a matter of getting on the pitch, getting his form and fitness back to the level that he once knew, and the fact that we're not reliant on using him, so therefore he can continue to grow in training. He can continue to do those to do the confidence builders. Hopefully, I think we'll see a moment or two from Chiesa at one point this season.
The thing is, as well, I'm not adamant that he needs to play. I just like to see him play because I know there's a quality player there. It's as simple as that. I don't.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say drop Salah and bring him in.
The undertone of what I was saying.
Yeah, it's just because he's a good little player, and I think today he could have come on for the last 5-10 minutes for Diaz, man. No problem. Diaz played the full 90 again. He either could have come on for him. He was on the bench. Bring him on.
Yeah, JK, anybody that's ever watched any of our shows where he's played, all I've ever done is talk about how good he is, how brilliant he is to watch, how he gets into games really quickly. I've never once slagged the guy off, ever. I've always talked about how good he is when he comes on the pitch. I'm just being realistic about prospects. That's all.
Okay. We are going to do something, I don't say unique, but I just sent that out to you, Pops.
Because he's.
I'm gonna. We have about like 20 more minutes left of the show. But we're going to be joined by a guest. I think that they just want to, rather than go back and forth in the chat, they wanted to be able to hash it out with you guys on the panel here. So I'm gonna let him do it. Hey, pops, there you go, doctor in the house.
Yeah, who called for a doctor?
Who called
for a doctor?
You did.
I hope you got health
said that
insurance
enough.
because this shit ain't cheap. This shit ain't cheap. I hope you got health insurance to be
This
called
is
for
on
doctor.
your bill, Laszlo. This is on your bill.
Oh no! Cancel that card. Cancel that card. Cancel that card right
What
now.
is it?
It's already been
Chiesa-itis?
swiped. It's already been swiped.
Oh
Chiesa-itis.
no!
Go on. You
No,
and
I'm with-
Laszlo
Alright,
against
alright.
me and JK. Go for it, Pops.
I'm with
Yeah.
Laszlo. I'm with Laszlo, but I think there's two different separate conversations that are going on. And 12 just said something that sort of made that delineation clear. Because he said, and I think this is what people are saying is, I would like to see Chiesa. I would like to see Chiesa. So
exactly, Pops.
it's more of a fan perspective, while I think Laszlo and I are saying, all right, what have you seen? You've not seen him, and there's a reason why you've not seen him. I don't know what the reason is. Mr. Locke isn't coming out and saying, he's not going to come and say, he's rubbish or he can't run 20 yards or whatever. He played with the under 21s, and the report was he was blowing. And we saw him play a couple of times, and you could see he was struggling still. You can see he's a good player. You can see he has ability. Yes, he likes to shoot. We know what he was. We don't know what he is. And that's really the issue. We've seen Chiesa in the past. We know him as that player. We haven't seen Chiesa as a Liverpool player in the present. We haven't. And after Plymouth, Harvey Elliott was in the same position that Chiesa was in. Nothing. That was the audition, and they both failed. Up until just the midweek, Harvey Elliott was on the bench. There's a camera looking at Harvey Elliott. Here's the speculation. Oh, Harvey's leaving. He looks so sad. Why doesn't he get minutes? Oh, he was so influential last season. He was energy. He was this. He was that. That was last season. It's just not happened. Unfortunately for him, he got injured when he would have, to me, seen more playing time, which is similar to what happened to him at the very beginning of his career when he broke his ankle horribly against Leeds, and it set him way back, in my opinion, because he was ahead of Curtis at that time, because Curtis got injured and he took over, and then he got injured. So he has to sort of climb the mountain again. He got that moment and he took his moment. I don't think today is about the moment, but I think today is probably more about Mr. Locke saying, look at Ouattara. He's ready when I say he needs to be ready. Harvey was ready when I said we needed to be ready, and he got the goal. I think he's just saying, be ready when I say to be ready, and when it's time, you'll get your whatever that is, a minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, a half, whatever it is. I think we want to see certain players because that's what we want. I don't think that's the reality, though. He hasn't shown us all season long. We've picked 11s. We do it every week, pick an 11. How many times have you picked an 11 and got 6 wrong or 5 wrong, even 4 wrong? Hardly ever, which means he's doing what every other manager does. Who's your best starting 5 at the back? AB1, VVD, Ibu, Trent, Robbo, generally speaking. That's the back 5 every single time. Yeah, generally, if we're picking an 11, that's it.
Picks itself.
Midfield, yeah. It's Grava, it's Maka, it's Sabozulai, it's Curtis. It's 3 from those 4, generally speaking. Up front, we said we've got 6, and everybody said, yes, it's good to have 6. But it's Mo, and it's always Mo. Stinker or whatever, not stinker, whatever you want to call it. We know what Mo does, whether you like it or not. He doesn't have to dribble anyone. He doesn't have to beat anyone. He doesn't have to cook anyone. Mo scores and he assists. That's what he does. The 9 is the 9, and then it's, again, so it's 2 from Nunes or Jota. Sorry, 1 from Nunes or Jota, and then 1 from Gakpo and Lucho. And at points in time, it's been Gakpo and Lucho and those 2 number 9s on the bench.
Oh, until
we've seen it all season long, innit?
It was Gakpo.
Yeah, so Gakpo on the left, Lucho in the false 9, the 2-9 singing out Southgate, as people were saying.
That only left 1 from 3. When Gakpo had nailed it, that only left 1 from 3 for Lucho, Nunez, and Jota. So
and we're saying 3, not even 4, because Chiesa's still there. Chiesa's still part of that number. He should be 1 from 4. And it's 1 from 3 because he's not even included. Because we haven't seen him. So I'm agreeing with Laszlo as well. I'm not saying that Chiesa's rubbish. When we bought him, I was surprised and said, okay, that's interesting. It wasn't a good time, much like when we bought Gravenberch late in the window. It's never going to be a good time to be bought late in the window because you don't get the preseason. And we all know the preseason is really key to our teams. But I think there's 2 different arguments. I think it's, we want to see what Chiesa can do. And me and Laszlo are just saying, but Mr. Locke doesn't seem to want to see what Chiesa can do. He's just not. He's there and he seems happy. He celebrates when we score. At the end of the match, he jumps off the bench and he looks like he's part of the unit, which is a good thing. He isn't sulking and looking all miserable or whatever. It looks like he's part of the team, but he just isn't getting the minutes for whatever reason that is. We're top of the league, and you have to trust the manager or the coaches and the backroom staff, I guess, with their decision. Sorry, Carl.
Oh, no, not to cut you off. I was just going to say real quick. I think one of the reasons is because if you're not committed to the press, the counter press, the way that Slot wants to see it initiated, I think that could be the difference in you seeing minutes or not seeing minutes. And that's why we don't see possibly Chiesa at this moment, because you have to have not only the ability to counter press, but you have to have the ability to know how to counter press with your teammates. And I think that takes time sometimes to kind of create those bonds. That's just my opinion. I'm not on the training pitch, so that's just my opinion, though. That's the possibly why.
So then you're supporting the fact that he isn't playing it effectively.
I'm supporting the fact that I don't necessarily say that he needs to start over. I'm not going to say he needs to start over Salah, but could he be brought in as an impact sub? I think he could be brought in as an impact sub. There's times when we're looking for a goal or we're looking for some type of instant offense. There's very few players on the team that have the ability to dribble, pass, and shoot the way that Chiesa does, in my opinion. And I would like to see, that's why I say I would like to see that as an option. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I just think sometimes there's a guy there with the head coach, tag on his office door, and he's the one that's looking at this. And if you got a guy that's this good, a guy who loves wingers, he loves that kind of player. That's me. Sometimes I think, well, are we overlooking something here? Sorry to offend anybody, but maybe he's just not good enough. Maybe for this manager, he's just, and like you said, it's the tracking back, it's the pressing, it's the ability to do all the bits and pieces. Yeah, on the ball, fabulous, fantastic. I mean, dribble, shoot, pass, the whole lot. No one's going to disagree with that. But when I say not good enough, I don't mean not good enough player. I mean, this guy isn't going to work for me. That's not a slight on a player. So this guy goes to Sociedad, goes to Bayern, goes to Inter, and next thing you know, he's cooking because he's brilliant, because he's working in the system. That's just what it's like. Maybe he's taking a look at it. Maybe Slot knows what he's doing. Maybe Slot looks at these guys and goes, my best chance of, and I'm pretty sure what we all want when this guy came in, and what we all dreamed of when this guy came in, was a league title. So if this guy is going to win me a league title and step on a few toes and break a few eggs to make a few omelets, and offend a few people and break a few hearts, then I'm all for it, man. If Elliot and Endo aren't happy with their game time, but guess what? They're getting league winners medals and they're on top of a trophy on a bus going through Liverpool city centre. Yeah, I think they'll be okay about it then, because then they become Liverpool legends. Then they become those icons. Then they become those people who won a league with Liverpool.
Right.
That is the end game here. And if you got to cut a few casualties along the way, but they all get, cuddled in at the end, like McManaman would say, give them a cuddle, make sure they know they were part of it. Then it'll be all good. If we're here on what pops the 30th of May or the 1st of June, celebrating the league title, then nobody's going to be worried about, I only got 82 minutes here. I mean, we're all going to be in it together, and that's what we should be here for. So however we get there, we're going to get there. But all these boys will be well compensated. All these boys will be well compensated in terms of, the appreciation from fans. Even if Elliott only played 8 minutes this season because he came back from injury or something, he'd be getting cheered. He'd never have to buy a drink in Liverpool again.
No,
this is what we'll have. Like, all these boys will be part of something real special.
But that's the reason why I mentioned the moments thing.
Yeah, they all have their issues, their times, their moments. Yeah, like Darwin's had his moments.
Having those moments, it can help. A lot of the pressure and a lot of that like woosah moment for Elliott, I think, was in that PSG game. He got called in.
Oh, that's his moment. Yeah, that's his moment of the season.
And he got and you don't expect someone to come. I don't think anyone. Oh, I should say anyone, because I was calling out. I was like, "What you got for me?" I was calling out, "What you got for me, Elliott? This is your time. This is your time." And he said, "I hear you, 12."
You bring him on, you do so. That's why you're on the pitch.
But yeah, I just mean like there's moments where like those moments can kind of get you through, as so that you feel like you're contributing as opposed to just being a passenger. That's what I'm trying to get across. And I'm sure Chiesa, I'm sure, well, a lot of the players that have been on the bench a good number of the year for us that really haven't been getting those minutes. I'm probably all thinking the same thing, And I agree that with Elliott, it was more so. I thought Elliott was tracking towards possibly getting playing time. It's just that he got injured, and that unfortunately took away that path towards it, because he was neck and neck, if not, I think, ahead of Curtis Jones in getting the
him and Jones thing has been a thing for a while now for me. I've been saying that for a while now. It's either him or Jones. I don't get in this team. So whoever was going to make the step, it was like, and like you were saying, yeah, Harvey was way ahead of Jones for a long time. Way ahead.
Even when it was Klopp too. Like,
oh yeah, and I know stuff, but
I get where you're about to say. I know, because he did get but I just mean, if you look at minutes played.
Oh no, Elliott was seen as the more viable prospect of someone who might become. I don't mean like sort of way ahead. I just mean Jones is more on the periphery, and now in the last year and a half, I suppose, Jones has actually come back into being more of, like, Jones got into the England team, Elliott didn't. I think he's kind of maybe like a neck and neck race sort of thing between the two. But I never thought both would be in our team.
I thought that I was hoping.
I think they would have, if they didn't get injured. I think they've both been injured. I sort of took them out when they were both at that point where they could have been in the team together, I think.
Okay.
I was just about to say, that's the one thing that I saw last year, especially, is that Curtis Jones and Harvey Elliott play well together. When they're on the pitch, they play well together. We've gotten results with them being on the pitch and playing, albeit they're playing 2 8s as opposed to this system with a 10. But, we've seen our coach switch it up a little bit. We've seen him go to a 4-2, a 4-2-4 or 4-4-2 or 4-2-2, 4-2-2-2.
Is it a league-winning midfield though, Jones and Elliott?
Huh?
Is it a league-winning midfield, Jones and Elliott?
Just those two? No.
No, with someone. I mean, if you had a whatever you call a Grav or a Zubamendi or a Rodri, if you had an anchor and then you had Jones and Elliott just ahead, is that a league-winning midfield?
I'd be hard pressed to say yes, but it still depends on the rest around them. But I think they would have been much like I think Curtis is part of the 4, where there's 3 from 4. I think they would have been in a situation where those would have been part of a 4, where it'd be 3 from 4. Not necessarily they're both guaranteed to start together, but they would be part of the mix to start more so than what Harvey Elliott is as it currently stands, in my opinion.
Okay. I wouldn't. I know it's gonna sound wild, but I mean, like, is the midfield I'm about to suggest a midfield to win us a league? No, but I mean, is it the midfield that can give our preferred starters a rest? Possibly. If you were to have, I could see you being able to rest all 3 of our current midfield starters and be able to put in a midfield that has a Curtis Jones, a Harvey Elliott, and an Endo in the midfield, and not have it be something where you go, oh, that's not a midfield that could possibly get or be able to handle itself. Personally, I think that's the case. But maybe
you need the rest. You need the rest to be static to the 12. Because it's unfair to change those 3 and then everybody else too. So the other 7 or the other 8 would have to be the same as they usually are. So it would be Van Dijk behind them and Ibu behind them, as opposed to
absolutely.
We're going to stick Kwanzaa in, and it's that full. Like how we like to do let's rotate this game, and it's everybody. Kel's gonna keep and Kwanzaa's gonna do this, and then it's Joey G.
Right. And there's no 5-6 subs. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You'd have less of a problem playing
that line, as long as the back 4 too. If Robbo and
I agree. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, Robbo, and again, Robbo on the left, not some Simicast, transplant there or whatever. If you were, I don't know if, I think by doing that though, you might not have to have a front 3 of Cody, Lucho, and Mo. You could go with a more attacking minded number 9 with that scenario. That's why I'm saying it the way I'm saying it. Does anyone disagree, or am I wrong by saying that?
No, you can.
Let's hear it.
No. It just depends, innit? I mean, the 3 of them
in the lineup. I'm getting your Endo.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta back me.
It's so easy now. Let me finish, goddammit.
He's upset because I took Joey G out. 12. That's what's wrong.
No.
Sorry.
No, I'm never upset, Pop. Story. He's injured anyway, so there's nothing to argue about. But no, that's fine. That's fine. No, but look, Pops and Brian, look, I get exactly what you're saying, and I hear you, and we're debating about this, and I completely get. But again, like I said, I don't think the question is not whether Chiesa is a good player, because we can all agree he's a good player. That's not the question. For me, again, like I said, and I've been consistent with it. I'm not saying, look, everyone wants to disagree with me, and again, I'm sorry, I'm going back to basis, but everyone wants to disagree with me with Chiesa, starting over Salah, no problem, I get it. But for me, the squad, and as you both have watched, unless I miss it, like clearly the last 5-6 games, the midfield's been running on empty. There's been something missing, and yes, we've got away results, yes, and look. Of course, we grow, but we can't. And you can say slot system is working. Yes, clearly, we're in a cup final, last 16, potentially last 8. We're top of the league. We're clear. However you want to put it. But I can't just sit here and say, we've been getting the wins. I'm appreciated, but this and this is this. We're watching the game the same way. So my thing is that certain things, I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying for these players to start every game. For me, and you can say about Chiesa might thinks this, so you might say counter pressing like you 12. Maybe it's not. Maybe he can do the things. It's just that he doesn't feel fits in his system, and I get it. That can happen. Certain managers more rate a certain player. Once they leave a certain club, then they flourish. But for me, I just feel that the players, you can see there's tiredness, things ain't happening with the players. And we'll be getting the wins due to subs or individual brilliance. But for me, I just don't see the issue of a crime over Endo. And I believe Chiesa, I mean, you can say he's not been this and no, but again, how can you judge a player unless he's on the pitch playing a full game at 90 or 12 before you can say, if he had 2 to 3 1 games and he was like Plymouth, then you know what? Cool. You know what? Long way back for you, sir. But when you're having bits and like for any player, but I get it, it's a title run, but the Endos, the Jones, all these players, all right, Chiesa, again, question mark, whatever you want to call it, but all these players have proven themselves to do jobs. So my thing is you can see the players are running on empty, they're not on form for whatever reason. We'll be getting away with it in certain games. A game there to rotate. I'm not saying to change the whole team to play them. I just don't see the issue. I just don't see the big issue in that. That is all I'm saying. But
Yeah,
but look, slots the manager.
You're saying you can't say he's not good enough because he's only played a few games. But on the flip side of that is there's also no evidence to say that he comes in and does the job. That's all I'm saying. It's like it's not like the guy has got this backlog of work and oh, he can do this, he can do that. I just think he's some guy that's come in, and when he gets a shot, he gets a shot, and he's looked decent. But I wouldn't. I think just dropping Mo Salah to bring in a Chiesa for me is just a step too far.
Yeah, but Southampton, why is that going to affect our game? So
but
you're telling me we play the same 10 players and Chiesa comes in, we're going to
play against Southampton. Who scored 2 goals
yeah,
today
but
against Southampton?
yeah, cool, it's penalties, but I could say he didn't have a great game. But yeah, cool, he got the penalties, but are we going to go on the goals and statistics stats now? Cool, yeah, great, okay, well done. Other games he hasn't, so it is what it is.
I was expecting more of Chiesa at that point around the Brentford game, where it looked like he was getting a little bit of fitness and form. I thought we were going to start getting more of him from that point onwards, but it hasn't worked out that way. At the end of the day, it was a small fee, wasn't it? And if it doesn't work out, like just look at it as nothing ventured, nothing gained. We tried, it didn't come off.
I'll tell you this too. I'll tell you this.
Sorry, Tor. Can I just ask one last point, and then I'm done with Finger. Then Pops, Brian can rebuttal me. Cool. And I know you're saying about Chiesa. I'm sorry about Mo and stuff like that, but Mo in the last, and I'm just being real, the last 2 to 3 seasons at the second half, whether it's due to AFCON or no AFCON or injuries, he hasn't been great. So everything is in perspective. So, and he's been run down as well. So everything is in perspective, and what has happened to us at the end of those seasons. And I'll leave it as that.
I was just going to say real quick too, and then the guys can comment on that. If you do look at the situation that we're seeing with this whole situation with Chiesa that we're talking about, let's be honest. Cody comes back into the lineup. That's even less likelihood that we'll see Chiesa. So, like, if there's like a moment in time for Chiesa to possibly be able to, have a little run of minutes here, it's when a player that has definitely been. I think Cody has certainly put himself into a more favored selection by this coach when it comes to picking players, and albeit it was during a run that's with Cody. I know he is injured currently or didn't play currently, but let's not get it twisted. Even in those games that he did come back from his injury, he was noticeably off. So and that is him working his way back to fitness. But again, that's just something that, like, if there's no time, then if there's no minutes for him to get a piece of the pie, that's what I guess we're saying. Then when is he going to get that piece of the pie? But
does anybody remember when Rafa Benitez joined Liverpool? Does anybody remember that?
Yeah, sure.
Remember that guy called Rafa Benitez joined Liverpool as manager? Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to assume you all do, because it wasn't really that long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Was it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And what was one of the biggest talking points about Rafa? when he joined.
That he was poor communicator.
Rotation. Mm-hmm. Rafa Benitez showed up at Liverpool and he'd win a game, and the next game there'd be 2 guys out of the team. And it was headline news. It was like Rafa and his crazy rotation. Rafa, the crazy Spaniard, and his constant rotation. He'd won 2 games in a row and he changed the winning team. Now I get it. There were fewer games back then, right? But there was still a shitload of games. There were still 4 competitions, and Rafa was this crazy loco guy. Like they'd win 2 games, and the next thing you know, he's made 2 changes. It was all about how Rafa was mad with his rotation. It's not that long ago that was the mad thing to do, completely changing every single game. So there's a fine line in between. There's a gray area in between. And I think Slot is finding that now. There's a new thing this day and age, going back towards we don't need 42 players, because guess what? As people keep pointing out, if you have players that don't play, you won't keep them happy, and that will be bad for your squad. Yeah, managers know that, and they're guarding against that now again. But Rafa was known for being crazy. Rafa is like, oh bloody hell, how many changes will he make this week? So it's not that long ago we only had 2 subs. It's good for it. You can create a core group of players and a team that if they stay fit, they can play most of the games for that season. And you only need 2, 3, 4 changes, unless you get unlucky with injuries. That's what you can do. So this idea, I'm just baffled a little bit. I'm a little bit baffled, Nalante, that this is the idea, that this is the problem, that this is the issue, that he's not playing occasion. We're top of the league by more points than we've ever been top of the league in March. Why is the fact that Chiesa and Endo and Elliott aren't getting a few minutes here and there? Why is that a problem?
I think sorry here. Let me double check.
Well, he was back. Nalante was back when he's left again. I don't see what the issue is. I'm cool with it. If it works, it works. Yeah, it was Houllier that didn't want to sign an Elka and got a Stoof instead. So, but yeah, I'm not saying it's nitpicking, but like, are we not doing pretty well here? Everything's going pretty well, and we're. Sorry, he's back.
We're looking back, Laszlo, that's it. Because Nanante actually said in second half of the season, Mo's been bad. Look back at last season and injuries, AFCON, That's us looking back at what we've seen in the past and saying, well, oh, that's been a problem before. We don't want that to be a problem again. But I understand. Like I said, to me, it's just one of those preference things. Honestly, I didn't want to see Endo today because I felt we should have just won the game and not needed to see him. Or rotated him in to sort of end the game 5 or 6-0 or something. We should never have conceded today. 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4, whatever the score was, we should never have conceded. So the idea that we needed Endo to come in and lock it down for us was like, no. Endo should have just come on to say, well, yeah, I'm rotating Gravenberch off because it's 5-0. Come and have some fun. Actually, you know what? Endo, don't even come and have some fun. I'll send somebody else on because I'm going to need you midweek. I'm keeping you for midweek. I don't know. To me, the coach and the team have showed that they're not going to do what the fans want. So get used to seeing what you're seeing. And as you said,
at
the end of the season, everyone smiles when they get a medal. This is it, yeah. Especially now. There's no more FA Cup sort of game where you can say, oh, I'll bring you lot in because we're playing whoever. This is the big money now. 3 finals this week. That's what he said. 3 finals this week. And
he basically said that in his press conferences after the FA Cup.
3 finals this week.
Boys aren't going to get their chances.
No more minutes. Yeah.
Yep. Your Neonis and your Miyachis and these guys. Rios.
McConnell and those guys, you knew that was it. That's the end for you. And to me, Chiesa was almost part of that team because I expected to see him do well in the January, February period when it's FA Cup, League Cup, those matches. And he didn't do as well as I was expecting, to be honest. And it is what it is. I didn't see us going out to Plymouth with the 11 that we picked.
No. Nope.
I didn't. And he was part of that 11. So unfortunately for him, that was the audition. Harvey was in the team as well, and that was his audition. And both of them are getting the same treatment, so I don't think there's anything different.
Exactly. And Elliot has a much bigger body of work.
Yeah. If Elliot doesn't score, let's just sort of go back. If Elliot doesn't score midweek, do we think we see him today?
True.
Because a lot of people are saying, oh, Elliot scored, so he really deserves some minutes. He literally had one touch in 40 seconds of coming on. Again, hardest thing to do in football is to score a goal. So obviously when you score, it's a big deal. But do you think that 40 seconds was enough to make Mr. Locke say, oh, today you're going to play? I don't think so. I think he was working his way back. I think he's done what he was asked to do in training, and he's been rewarded for that today. That's just me.
And I think he really looked.
And I'm going to go on face value. I can only believe what you've said. Sorry, JK.
I'm just saying, bro, that I think when Elliot came on, like what I like about Elliot is he's not fast, he's not tough, but he's always thinking to go forward. And he links up with Salah pretty well. I realised he can play with Salah. He gives him the ball a bit too much sometimes. But all in all, I like when Elliot's on the pitch because he's always forward thinking. And I think the only reason why Nalante's worried about is fatigue, bro. Remember last season? I've not really looked at fatigue, but when I've seen Gravenberch go from being a warrior to just and also running a game, it makes me sort of wonder he maybe needs a rest and stuff. And then that's why I was saying today, we all said it yesterday on the shows that we would start Endo. Is Endo as good as Gravenberch? No. But for me, I think a team like Southampton, Endo could handle them. And players like that, you know, Darwin Núñez today, bro, he was nowhere to be seen a few weeks ago. You know, he won us the game today. And that's what football's about. It's a squad game. I think the reason why players get tired is because too much stress, pressure, media is not on our side. So you've got people like Rio Ferdinand, always, bickering, slanting us, and then you've got all the opposition fans going against us, Liverpool. And I think sometimes players need a little rest. I think look at Robinson and McAllister today. Both of them guys didn't start, but for some reason, the way McAllister and Robertson played in that second half, full of energy. So it's a mind thing as well. You know, that 45 minutes they didn't start the game, didn't make it. But Robertson looked good today when he came on. He looked like the old Robertson, just running up and down, up and down. It's about rest. We need rest because we've got a cup final coming up. We've got PSG coming up. Big games, bro. And that's why, for me, certain players need a little bit of a...
Well, we just came off a rest, though, JK. Prior to Paris Saint-Germain, we just came off rest, and we're going to go on rest right after the end of the 3-game stretch that we're on now.
Yeah, but we're going to go on the international break as well. But the thing was, because of the pressure of us being the top dogs, Premier League and top dogs, Champions League, we needed an extra week rest. You know, we're not like Man United who don't need a bloody rest because of that pressure we've had being at the top all season. It's a lot of stress, man. That is. Because if you lose, you know everyone's going to be looking at you. And that's what it is, that pressure there. It can tire a player. Bar Van Dijk.
I think today, when I watched the first half, none of the players exerted themselves in the first half.
Oh, they didn't. They were neutral.
Not one single player to me looked tired in any way in the first half to me. And I think that was part of the plan. It's kind of like, rather than what we wanted as fans to see us beat them 6 or 7 or 8 or whatever scores we had, 3, 4, whatever it was, the guys came out and said, yeah, we'll beat these lot. 0-0 at halftime, we'll finish them in the second half. Now, ideally for us, we would say, oh no, smash them in the first half and then we can make all the subs in the second half, rotate the team, get rest, big game. So what we're expecting as fans, I don't think that's what the reality is for the team. I think that's sort of the disconnect, because we don't get to hear or see what the plans are or what's happening behind the scenes. So when we say, oh, they need rest, we don't know that yet. Oh, well, you know what? Verge really didn't do this, or he didn't do that, or in the game Salah did this, and but he only ran that amount, and all the science and all the other stuff, all the laptop nerds, as they call them, all the doctors that are doing these things. They got more people monitoring them than just us watching, saying, well, he looked tired. Maybe Gravenberch was redlining, but they know that. They know, you know what? Grav has 66 minutes in him. All right, play Trent for 70, and you can see strategically during periods that our players were being rotated off. But to me, it's just like it wasn't fitting in line what fans were saying. Oh, he should miss a game, or oh, this person should start, or oh yeah, he's done enough. He can take over for him. But the minutes that they do that rest accumulates, and I think it works from their scientific standpoint, because that's what they're going on, not just we think that we struggle with this and that, and it's a different regime. We're looking back to last season all the time, but then some people will say, well, in the old regime they ran them into the ground and we killed them. But
exactly.
we're not necessarily playing 90 miles an hour every week.
People used to complain because we couldn't get our best team out. People used to complain because we couldn't get our best team out.
Yeah.
They used to complain and go, we can't get our best team out. We can't get all the boys fit. We're always this, that. Now we have all our boys fit all the time. And we got a boy in charge who can basically put the same 11 out. The best 11. This is the most important part. The best 11 that he thinks, and this is not to be criticized. I don't think this is we need to change our thinking on, like, this can be done. This is a thing that can be done. It's not going to be detrimental. It's clearly not detrimental right now. We can do 3 games.
We're thinking about what we know.
No, 3 days.
It's not about last season. No. It's not just about last season. So you're both telling me the last 5-6 games have been no fatigue. There hasn't been tiredness.
What we're saying is, what I'm saying is, at least what I'm saying is, if they are tired, there's people working at Liverpool that will know it long before.
I get sports science, etc.
It's not like but it's not like Slot is just going, do you know what? These are my favorite 11 players. Throw them out there, and it's a doctor goes, well, actually, he's got a broken ankle. He can't play. It's like, this is fine-tuned way more than we know. Way more than we think of it. This is not haphazard. This isn't, oh, well, look, I'll get another 5 minutes out of him. If players can't, like Cody Gakpo, Chiesa, a lot of these players recently did, it's like he wasn't quite ready, so he didn't come back. Oh, but he was in training. Yeah, it wasn't quite ready. He was that far away. He was taken out of the team. People haven't played because they're not quite ready. They're played when they're fit. This is not, to me, this is a triumph. This is a good thing. What we're able to do is that we're able to get our best players out on the pitch more often than not, injury-free. Now, again, you're saying we look tired. Do we look tired? I don't think we look tired.
Okay, was today a game that we were great? It was a game that we were just, we just walked it.
But
there's a pattern, unless I'm blind.
That's the problem.
Unless I'm blind.
We were rubbish and we were walking. No, that's what. To me, in the first half, we were rubbish because we were walking. We said, this is Southampton, they're rubbish. We'll just walk.
Come on, you can't.
We'll score.
We can agree to disagree.
I didn't see fatigue to me. I didn't see anything that looked like fatigue. Not to me. Not to me.
Our midfield's getting run by in how many games this season, getting bypassed. So if there's no tiredness, we just have to agree to disagree.
You said today. No, you said today.
Yeah, today. Yeah, I saw midfield. I see Gravenberch losing the ball. I see Gravenberch losing the ball. I see Slobosar getting run past by Southampton midfielders, and there's no fatigue. It was just laziness on the players. Okay.
No. I wouldn't say it's laziness. I didn't say laziness. Like I said,
but you said there's no fatigue.
They were walking it. Yeah.
Okay.
It didn't look like fatigue to me. It looked like, you know what? They're not in gear. When McAllister and Elliott came on, there was gears. When Robbo came on, there was gears. They just played in gear, and that's the entire team. Verge set up the pitch a bit more. Play a little quicker here. Lucho beat you, man. And I said, all right, why didn't we do this in the first half? Because it can't just be that Szoboszlai and Gravenberch are tired and no one else is. Because all the other ones are in the first 11. So Verge and Ibu and Trent, Robbo coming on, but all the rest are basically the first 11.
That's true, but due to a number of substitutions, and they had a little bit of energy sport for 20-25, well, let's say about 20 minutes, they got the goal, and then they kind of just obviously slowed it down to the pace they wanted to. Yeah, turn it back down, and then they had their little 1 and 2. I mean, Pop, I hear you saying, but in my opinion, I guess we just have to agree and disagree. There was some kind of fatigue. JK, there was some players that were fatigued.
I'm not disagreeing with you holistically, Nalante, because you said today, yes, Gravenberch. I've seen Gravenberch look leggy to me. I'm saying, yeah. Why didn't he go after? Yeah, he looks a little heavy. Now, maybe that's just me saying he looks leggy. Maybe it's him saying, yeah, maybe I am tired, or maybe I can't be bothered. I don't know, but that's us. I've seen it in games before. Today, that wasn't what I was seeing to me. I didn't think it was that they were leggy. It was just like, come on, man. Be bothered at Southampton. Be bothered. It didn't look like they were. They looked like, oh, yeah, like just like us. Yeah, 5-0, 4-0, 3-0, whatever. That's how they looked. We turn up, we win, we go home. No, you still have to do the work. And it didn't look like we were doing any of the work in the first half. That's what I was looking at. Now, if you ask me in other games, I'll say, yeah, those two look tired. McAllister and Gravenberch, yeah, they look tired. And the 4-2-4 doesn't help them, because when you go 4-2-4, they do more running. Because they're leaving 2 of them in the midfield against usually another 3 or possibly 4, depending on how the other team is playing. So they end up going 1 to the left, 1 to the right. And then we saw the midfield got run past. Yeah, but the 2 men have to go and cover on either side. Then there's nothing in the middle, because you said to Szoboszlai, go and help support the attack. That to me is the coach and his staff saying, all right, yeah, we've made an error though, because we've exposed our 2 to play against 3, and they're dominating the middle because we don't have enough men. Today was a day for 4-2-4 easy. Southampton should have no possession against us. With all due respect, they are just barely a Premiership side. They are one of the worst teams that the Premiership has ever seen. We should never concede, and we should never have to expend too much energy to beat them. And that, to me, is the problem. The players came with the same mentality. Yeah, we ain't going to do much to beat these lot.
Yeah.
I can feel that at home behind my laptop in the screen saying that. You have to go and play because they're still professionals. Go and score, and then they'll say, you know what? You'll see them fold. You can't just walk on the pitch and say, oh, yeah, it's Anfield, lay down, let's score 6. No. And we complain, oh, whenever teams come to Anfield, they play the best. So how do you want them to play? Well, it's Anfield. It's the biggest game of the weekend. It's in front of all of these fans, the big atmosphere, all this goalkeeper stood on his head. He's supposed to. This is his big moment.
It's the worst.
I can tell my kids, I went to Anfield and kept a clean sheet. Oh, they had this and they had that. And everyone wants that. So why is it we think, oh, well, they just lost to Ipswich? Yeah, because it's Ipswich. They'd lose 4-0 to Ipswich. Or they'd lose 4-0 to Brentford. And again, no disrespect to those 2 teams, but it's Liverpool today. Okay, no problem. If I play well today, you know what? Someone else is watching. I could get a move, or I could get this or something. But we seem to say, why we should. Yeah, but we complain that teams step up against us. It's weird. Our fans say, oh man, Ramsdale, he's going to have the best game all season. Yeah, he's rubbish ideally, but he will. Pickford, same thing. Oh, Pickford is rubbish. None of us rate Pickford. But generally speaking, he'll have a good game against us because today's the day. But you know what? He didn't against Origi. There are moments that we're going to get. We have to take the moments. I think, to me, we were too casual in the first half. The goal was casual. Everything about casual. The instant we said, you know what? They're professional, so are we. Let's be professional. You automatically saw we're the first team in the league and they're the last team in the league. 2 passes, Lucho beats 2 men, crosses it in, proper speed. Number 9 on the spot, bang, goal. How easy was that? Let's go get another one. Penalty. Okay, 2-1. You know what? That was it. They were done at 2-1. Van Dijk was just marshalling. Yeah, pass. Yeah, move there. Yeah, come in. Do this, do that. And we, as fans, are saying, oh, let's get 3. Let's get 4. Crab's saying to me, oh, I don't feel. I said, Crab, these are done, you know. If something happens, it happens. But 2-1 is 3 points. That's what we need here. That's all that they're interested in. 3 more points, let's go. Not 6-1 or goal difference or none of that. Because we've done predictions or fantasy league or whatever it is that we like to play, we're the ones that want that. Watch the team. At 2-1, to me, there was not, man on, come back, possession. That's all. To me, that's what. And then the penalty came out of the stupidness, but there wasn't a lot of. Moore wasn't good. Lucho, to me, wasn't good yet. He beat his man on the outside once, never did it again. We played the number 9 and we still don't do nothing for the number 9. Still confuses me. Darwin plays and I'm saying, all right, why he plays? Look, he kicks the man. I'm upset. I'm livid with this man because it's always him. It's always the criticism. Look at this man. And I'm upset. I said, look, why are you giving people a story to write? Because you've done nothing in the first half. Here's the story that's going to be written. If you get subbed at halftime, there's your story. Thankfully, he scored. Now there's a different story. Then he wins the penalty. Again, different story. Now we can say, you know what? Darwin might be man of the match. Maybe, maybe not. Because no one was really that good. It was Southampton. We weren't really that good. Mo wasn't good. Trent wasn't good. VVD and Ali, they give away a goal. 2 best players usually. They're 9s and 10s or whatever you want to give them, 8s, 9s, whatever. Ibu, all right. Not much really to do, to be honest, because there was no striker. There was 1 shot, 2 shots, I can remember.
Apart from, one in the second half from Archer.
Ali
that was it.
Nothing else. So, level of football was we played all the way down to Southampton in the first half. Just walk it, do it. Oh, here's a goal. Give them a goal. I'm sure Mr. Locke came in the room and said, hey, what's going on? Had a few choice people, and then said, you sit down, you go. I'm done. I'm going back up to the stands, win this game. To me, that's all he needed. That's all he needed to say in the dressing room. You on, you off, go win the game. I'm up. I'm going back to the stands. See y'all after 3 points, 90 minutes.
Yeah, it was a terribly messy goal to concede, but he did finish it well, didn't he? Like from where he was. Well, got to give him that for the finish.
Begrudgingly, maybe.
Hey, he's Pops. He's Irish. Come on.
Okay. I'll tell you why I'm upset. Gravenberch didn't make the challenge on him. Still, I'm still upset that he wasn't challenged on shooting. He still got the shot off without a challenge.
But someone didn't track him either. That's all I'm gonna say. Someone let him go.
Someone let who was it? Fernandez is who's on VVD's right shoulder. Because Smallbone was initially the man that VVD was holding off to allow Ali to get the ball, right? It was the other guy that came through on the right hand side of VVD's right shoulder. Yeah, because he didn't see him. He's looking at Ali. He's got Smallbone behind him. Say, yeah, come for it. Ali should be saying, no, clear it.
Yeah.
Someone's coming on your right. Or rush off the line and come and catch it like he did in the second half. There was one just similar situation. Pace of the ball was quicker. Verge had the man behind him. Ali came off the line and grabbed it with his hands, not with his feet. Because by running off and standing up, now you're just a defender. So you can get a kick. So it wasn't a free kick. It was no foul or whatever. For me, that's what it is. And 12, you were a keeper. If your hands are involved, you become the keeper. If you're standing up and you're using the feet, all you are is just a defender. You can get kicked like anybody else. The contact will be allowed like anybody else. So if it was Ibu standing there and there was incidental contact, we wouldn't say, oh, it was a foul. That's what happens. Use your hands, then you got a case.
I will say this, though. The last thing you want to do as a keeper is get nutmegged for a goal.
Oh, yeah, for a goal. Yeah.
That's the last thing you want to have.
That doesn't look good. That doesn't look good. From the reverse angle, especially, it does not look good.
Maybe not from the performance where he's done his whole, 5-star Michelin.
Yeah, exactly.
Now he's just gone and dropped the dessert on the floor. And it's like, Inspector, it's like, yeah.
And that's why I'm more upset too. Sells got a clean sheet again today. I want Ali. I'm on the Ali Golden Gloves. He's the best keeper in the world.
Pops,
I want him to win
Pops,
the
I
Golden
have a
Glove.
question
I'm on
for
that.
you. Pops, I have a question for you. Ignoring Mr. Locke,
Yeah.
is Nuno the manager of the season?
Ignoring ours?
He's,
Yeah. That's easy. No, that's easy.
yeah, for me, I mean, okay, so including Mr. Locke, if
Is
they
that because of
finish
today's
third,
performance? Or are you just saying that because
no,
of today's
if they
performance?
finish third, if they keep
No, I'm
up
meaning
their,
as in like they won against City today.
yeah,
No. Just because of what they're doing. I think they're maintaining. Everyone said City are gonna fall off. Even when they lost recently, remember they said, "Oh, here it is." Sorry, Forest. Here it is. Here's Forest dropping, and City's gonna come back in. And in all honesty, I pick City to win today. I pick City to win.
Because today was the day they were going to go ahead of Forest if they beat them.
They would have jumped.
And now they're 4 points behind them. So they've got a game in hand basically over them. So I think Nuno has to be a shout. Even with what we're doing, which it will go to Arna, but I think what Nuno has done this year is absolutely phenomenal. I love what he's done. 30% possession, we will beat you. 2 shots on target, we will beat you. You can have all the ball. We've got Morgan Gibbs. We will beat you. Fuck your tiki-taka.
Keep the possession.
Forget your Pep Guardiola puppies like Arteta, Maresca, that just copy everything he's done.
All the
have
disciples.
It old school and deal with it. Have it old school. Have some Chris Wood. Have some power play. Try and deal with it. And guess what?
Have some speed on the wings and a decent number.
Oh, yes, baby. Oh, yes. I mean, it's refreshing. If nothing else, it's refreshing to just show that it doesn't always have to be. They don't always have to be Company and Maresca and Arteta. Just copying, the blah blah blah. Bring back some different ideas and some new things and old things, but made new again. And guess what? Can't deal with it. They gave us all hell. Oh man, sure, we've only lost 1 game this season. Forest. That's it. They've just bloodied Man City's nose with 30% possession. You got to give it props. Right? You have to give it props.
They beat us and drew with us, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't begrudge getting ahead of Arnie, if I'm honest. I wouldn't begrudge it. I wouldn't. I wouldn't, to be honest.
I'll be if we win it,
what's the bigger? I get that you guys are saying what you're saying. Obviously, I'm going to side with our manager getting it. But
no, he'll get it. Of course,
he'll get it. Yeah, exactly.
I was going to say that because if you look at the pundits, pretty much every pundit out there, especially all the people that vote for these things, had Liverpool falling off.
And but that's 12. You're a pundit. You had Liverpool to win, though.
Mm-hmm.
You as a pundit, you had Liverpool to win.
Yeah.
Where did you have Forest?
He's one of the few. Yeah.
Oh no, I get you.
I had Liverpool to win. Where did I have Forest? Near the relegation zone. I had all of the 3 that came up last. I had them. No, serious. I had all of them last. I think
shame on you.
Everton,
Pops.
then Forest. If I'm coming up from bottom, I think they were 5th bottom or whatever. Serious.
No, I hear. But still, shame on you, Pops.
I'll take
the shame. Because I had us winning, so I'll take the shame. I'll take the shame of not picking Forest to be 3rd. But I had us winning. That's the one.
Yeah.
I laughed at all the other ones.
That's true.
Oh, Liverpool are gonna. Yeah, that's not. You see, the problem is too many of the pundits are disingenuous. If you look at and all you need to do is read their name first. Steve Sidwell. Oh yeah. Pat Nevin. Oh yeah. Gary Neville. Oh yeah. Aston Villa. What's his name? The Aston Villa dude. That's always on commentary. Midfielder.
No.
Townsend.
Robbie L. Oh,
no,
Townsend.
Okay.
Townsend. Yeah. Okay.
None of them have a good word to say about us. So they'll never predict us to win. Never. So you ignore all of them.
Ferdinand's the worst.
Oh, yeah. Now he's the best. He's the best. He's the best, JK. He's so full of
best
it.
Joker.
Sign the contract. You see the contract thing with Ollie? That's his top take. So I'll never forget
that. God, yeah,
everything else you say comes underneath that. So if Rio says it, you remember he was the one that said sign the contract. Just remember that. You're quoting the man that said sign the contract.
Rio's commentary for the
but there is only
quite good. He had to begrudgingly give it to us in that commentary, like, and was sort of like cajoled along by his co-commentators, like, and
he was telling him he should be off straight away. He didn't even see it. The video, the replay, he said he's off. He should be off. If that was a Man United player, Martinez, he's not saying that. Get out of here, man.
What he should say, if it was Yap Stam, he wouldn't have been off either. So shut up.
Ferdinand, man. Guy.
Yeah. I was just gonna bring up though that real quick that there's only about 5 points separating 10th.
Top 4. Yeah.
I think it's 10 from 3rd to 10th or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah. 9th.
3rd to 10th or 11th or something. Yeah. Weird.
9 points. 9 points. It's 50
couple wins.
51 and well, Forest they have a game in hand though. But Forest is on 51 points and Fulham is on 42 points. So 9 points.
There you go.
Okay, so they clear.
What's really wild, I look at this. If Man U does get a result tomorrow, hypothetically.
Come on now.
Oh boy. I got 12. Look at him.
It would mean that Forest could
look at him.
He's hurting thinking about I want Man United to win tomorrow.
No, I don't want them to win. They can draw. Get a draw.
Come on,
I'll stand United.
I'll still take the draw on that one.
I want to draw. Yeah. I'll take a draw.
The story of Yap Stam, why Fergie sold him, because he come in, was brilliant, and then he did an interview for Dutch TV where he confessed Fergie tells them to cheat, and he was sold immediately like Yap Stam after being brilliant for them. That was the story at the time. I believe it's true, actually, because why would you just sell him like that out of the... He didn't just bought. He was brilliant, and then all of a sudden he goes out the door.
Fergie was ruthless.
Real quick, Toe.
He talked about him in his autobiography. He released an autobiography while he was at United. Stam did.
Yeah.
He gave away some pieces in it, and Fergie basically fell out. And he said, "You can fuck off."
Yeah.
And he sold him.
The draws. Big up Squidly. The draw is all I'm looking for out of that matchup tomorrow.
Big up Squidly.
I don't like Arsenal, but I don't like Man United either. So yeah.
No, you're missing out.
Currently,
you're missing a trick on that one. Would you not like to see this Arsenal team that everyone's talking about being humiliated by this awful Manchester United team? Because
I want to see
it. Oh, that would be funny as fuck, man. That
would be. I like old toilet sadness.
3-0 by the worst Man United team.
We mayhem on YouTube. We mayhem on YouTube.
Oh yes, please.
I see what you mean. Sorry, 12. You're going to say?
They're 12 saves point. Not getting you work this season. And if
let me just say these two
awful Man United team was to humiliate this Arsenal team, come on, man.
That'd be comedy then.
Let me get these. So the two questions I have, or the two statements. One's a statement, one's a question. But what I was going to say is this: I know what you're saying about Slot, and I can understand you saying it about Nunez doing well by him being a part of that pack that we're talking about.
No. Slot's manager of the year. Don't get it twisted. No, don't get my words twisted. Slot's manager of the year.
But I was going to say, sitting at 16 points atop the league currently. That's where we're at right now. 16 points.
I know. I've been telling you they said I have a problem with their rotation, and that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Would we rotation? I got you. All right. And the last part and point I was going to ask is this, because I made a comment on Beijing Reds show. They posted it, but they didn't say it, because I know it was kind of like, maybe a little touchy, but it was the fact of, I know Arsenal's feeling themselves right now with that 7-1, I think it was 7-1, right? Or something. What was it? 7-0? 7-1 victory. They're feeling themselves. All of a sudden now they're the scoring phenomenon that is Arsenal. They're saying, bring on Madrid. Bring on Madrid is what Arsenal is saying right now.
No, that's the delusional ones.
Doesn't matter if it's Real Madrid. Bring it on. They're ready.
No, they're not. They're
would
not.
you not?
No,
would you want to see them get handled by Madrid, or would you rather see them
handle Madrid,
do our light work basically, and take care of Madrid, and then have to see us possibly in that next round, where I think we would take care of them?
Thing is, bro, we got like
which
the
scenario
Arsenal,
of that? That's one way or another. It's going to happen.
Like the Arsenal tie is done, so Arsenal definitely through. It's the other tie. You never know. Atletico Madrid at home, they can sort that tie out. But for me, it would be actually funny to see Real Madrid get done by Arsenal in 2 legs. But that will give them a lot of confidence going on into the tournament. So for me, either way. But I don't really want Arsenal to get any further. After this round, they'll beat PSV, of course. But after that, I want them to get dealt with by, say, maybe Atletico Madrid.
I mean,
that'd be
really,
nice.
All reality, I'd like to see PSV drop 8 goals on them at the Emirates.
Oh, that would be madness.
That's just me.
Ever.
That's just me.
Yeah.
That's just me. But that's
2-1, yeah. But
I'm realistic. That's
not 7. Never.
But I mean, seriously, which scenario would you want? I mean, we're gonna have to possibly, if we get past this round, PSG, we have to still face on PSG, formidable opponent. Not looking past them like that per se, but if we were to happen to get past them and take on whoever is going to be our next opponent, or not, and then we have to beat them, obviously. So it's a long ways coming, but. If that scenario had us getting to the semis, would you rather see an Arsenal, or would you rather have to take on a Madrid? And most likely it will be Real Madrid, considering that they're up in the
the Madrid.
But Atletico could possibly pull off a masterclass too. They're a very good team. What is it? What is
Champions League? I'd rather have Madrid. Because they're never going to beat Madrid. They're never going to win against either of them teams. Arsenal, Hardy, come on, it's just not likely, is it? Like they're going to get knocked out by one of the Madrid sides in the quarterfinal. So I just can't see it.
Okay, so that's 2 for Madrid. Nolante, who would you rather face? Would you rather face Madrid, or would you rather face an Arsenal in the semis?
Don't forget, we're
not looking too far past. I'm not saying we're guaranteed to go to the semis or anything like that. I don't want to put that into the universe. I'm just saying if we were fortunate enough to go to the semis.
Oh, that's easy.
Semis, both an all English thing will be a bit much for us, I think. So we'd rather have Madrid.
All right, 2 Madrids, which is crazy. Okay, Nolante, this is my last question.
No. I know where you want to go. You want to go to the Emirates, don't you?
Yeah. Because by then, I think they would have already given us possibly the guard of honor. That'd be even better. But
you're right.
And then they had to.
It might be in between.
Is it going to be in between?
It might be in between. It might be. Okay. Or is it Chelsea in between?
It might tell you now. I don't know when, because the semis I thought are pretty late.
Yeah, they're late this year. I'm sure they are. End of April and first week of May, I think. I think so. Yeah, near the end of April, first week of May, I think. Can you check that? Double check that if you can.
First week of May is Chelsea, so it would be in between because Chelsea's the third.
Yeah.
So it is a Chelsea one that's in between. Arsenal would then be it would be Arsenal, Chelsea, Arsenal, and then Arsenal again on the 10th. If that's the date.
Yeah. It falls between the Chelsea and the Arsenal league games, doesn't it? The first leg of the semi.
Yeah. That is a mad 4 games.
Which would then be Arsenal 12, if that's what you want.
No, actually, that's too much.
That would be.
You don't want that. You don't want that.
You don't want that. Okay.
That's too much. Yeah, that's too much.
Too much.
Yeah.
And as
3 days.
Lee
Nah,
just said,
I can't
I
deal with
mean,
them.
you act like Real Madrid is not a lot. By the way.
you'd have to beat
No,
but you'd have
no,
to
I
beat
want
Villa as
Madrid.
well. Because
No, it's a lot.
Villa's the next round. If we beat PSG, it's Villa versus Bruges, and Villa.
That's going to be a hard game.
So it's going to be Villa, and then you want Arsenal, and then Arsenal again.
Got you. I get what you're saying. So you're saying too much of us. I think we can handle
The Prem. You playing the Prem teams. You're not going to beat
It's
a Prem
hard, though.
side 4 times in a season like that. I mean, you don't have to
Yeah,
win
it's
both
hard.
wins. You can draw and win, but makes
Yeah.
Yeah,
To be more physical.
I want Real
mentally.
Madrid though. I want Real Madrid.
Real Madrid too. Okay.
I want Real Madrid.
When Real Madrid don't win
If
it,
they
it's
knock us
always
out,
the
they knock us
side
out.
that
I want them
knocks
back.
out
12.
wins
I
and
want
win
them
it.
back. I'm tired of all this hoodoo rubbish and judge and all this stupidness now. Beat these men.
Exactly.
Tired. Beat them.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Madrid has got to stop somehow.
Beat them.
We started it already. Let's finish the
Madrid
job.
go into the finals. No one wants to play us at all.
Exactly.
I mean, you gotta score this little back. Let Madrid too. They knocked us out of Champions League too.
Notice I said Madrid. I want Real, but I'll take the other one as well. I'll take
Yeah.
Simeone. I haven't forgotten him. He's on the list, Ralph. He's on the list.
Yeah, he's on the list. Yeah.
2020. That dark night.
You know me.
Yeah.
Memories long.
That could have been back to back. That could have been back to back.
I'm forgetting him, you know.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
he can get
And
some
it
as
should
well.
have
If
been
he
back to
knocks
back.
out with
Actually,
Madrid,
it
I'll
should
take
have been
him.
back to back. Yeah, it should have been back to back.
Yeah, man.
That year we shouldn't have gone out.
God, how many times we could have done back-to-back leagues, Champions League in the last thing? It's mad.
Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself.
It's there. It's there, pops.
We've lost more finals than some teams have ever even played in.
Yeah. Well, you know what? At least we're not. Well, yeah, exactly. I was about to say, took the words of my league. At least we're not Arsenal. Yeah. Thank
we
God.
could be Juventus.
Much as it.
I think Juventus have been to 9 finals and lost 7.
Yeah, I remember in the 90s. Yeah. I think it was in the 90s. I think they played 3 finals in a row and lost. Yeah, that's crazy.
I think they lost them all, didn't right?
Yeah. Zidane, Del Piero. Oh my God, and they were my ball. Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
That was horrible. Yeah, big in it. Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, they got frustrated in Europe a lot, like in the European Cup and then the Champions League Juventus, didn't they? They had to watch AC Milan win all them. I mean, even Inter have got more, haven't they? But Inter's are questionable because they obviously paid the ref for a couple of them. Like,
allegedly.
No.
Even Manchester United don't have.
No, it's an open secret.
When's the last time Manchester United, the big super club, was in the Champions League final?
In the
final?
final?
Last time Manchester United was in the Champions League final? The big super club. It was a Chelsea game, right?
When was it? Chelsea?
That's the only one.
I think it was Chelsea versus.
It was a Chelsea game.
Chelsea United.
I think it was Chelsea United.
Yeah, the John Terry.
Oh right, yeah.
That's how long ago. You know, this is like you said. We've been in more.
07,
We've been in more. That's not long ago.
Yeah,
we've lost more finals than Arsenal have ever been in. Like we just do. Like these guys have nothing on us when it comes to European football. Nothing. Zero. They're talking about getting the Conference League.
Rooney was part of that United team too, I think.
Yeah, that was a good win over Madrid for Tuchel when he went on and beat City in the final, and obviously City beat Madrid in the semi, didn't he? When they went on and beat Inter in the final, but yeah, a lot of the time
has 3 European Cup finals, Lee. 3 European Cup finals. Europe Cup in 6 fucking years as a manager.
Yep.
Taking over
seasons,
bitch-ass team that kind of
seasons, what it under clock, 3 and 5 seasons. And it was 2 and 3.
And typical us, the one we lost was the one we were the best team in.
Yeah.
Like AC Milan 07.
Yeah.
We dominated AC Milan in 07.
We were better in 07 and 05. Yeah.
We were terrible in 05.
Like
05 was like us against PSG the other night, and we nicked it. You know, we dominated them in 07 and they win it with 1 goal.
Yep.
You know, it's just the way fucking shit goes. We weren't
allowed to win the final in 85. You know, the ref put paid to it, didn't they? Like, we weren't allowed to have it in 85.
Well, yeah,
let's not even talk about that one.
Yeah. Madrid or Atletico. That's the key.
They have nothing on us AC Milan, when you cross Europe, when you talk to people, fans of big European clubs, fans in big European football cultures, they talk about Liverpool when it comes to the European Cup. They talk about AC. They don't talk about Arsenal or Manchester United when it comes to the European Cup. They don't talk about Chelsea, Man City. Talk about Liverpool.
Even though I really disliked Platini, I liked it when he spoke glowingly about Liverpool, like and the way they play football and that. I remember he come over in the late 80s and he was on Match of the Day, yeah, weirdly. And like talking after, he wasn't in the studio, he was at Anfield, and they'd talk to him after, and he was saying that they don't play like an English side, Liverpool. He's saying the game is poorer in Europe now for not having the English clubs in it. That was, I think that was 88-89 season when we beat Arsenal 2-0 at Anfield, and McMahon run to the sideline and kept it in, like fell into the crowd almost, and then ran back and recycled it. It was that game, I think.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And he was saying, the European Cup isn't
no one will.
Yeah.
But obviously, he scored the pen when Bonnier got, well, if he got fouled at all, inside the area. So, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And I never liked Platini that much anyway. He turned out to be a bit of a rotter, didn't he? Like, he's been done for financial irregularities up to the hill, hasn't he, Platini? But they're all like that, aren't they? These big UEFA and that.
Oh, yeah.
Money
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Last time United was in the Super Cup, by the way, was 2000.
No, the Champions League final.
Are you talking about Champions League?
Yeah, Champions League final. No. Yeah, European Cup.
That's why I said this. That's what I thought.
No, Super Cup was setback.
I like the Super Cup. Cool.
No, I just mean
you don't value the Super Cup.
No, I was just saying, when was the last time United were in a Champions League final?
Oh, in a Champions League final.
The big dog final. When was the last time they were in that? Yeah, the Super Cup.
2010, was it? 2010 against Barcelona?
No, Lee. Oh, wait.
7-8, right?
It's the Chelsea one.
Yeah.
So what's that? They're closing in.
No, it's actually been 17 years, isn't it? Barcelona since the Chelsea one in 08. Didn't he go to one against Barcelona and Mascherano played against them? And he did an interview afterwards saying this is for the Liverpool fans when they beat Fergie's United in the final. Sure, they went to one more final after Moscow.
We've got
that was against. Sorry, Tough. Go on. What are you going to say?
2011. They lost the final
because that's at least another thing we could say over
2011. That's it. So that's 14 years.
We've got 4 Super Cups, and they've got 1 Super Cup.
No, I was just, when was the last time they were in a Champions League final? That's nearly 15 years ago now at this stage. That's a generation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a generation. So that's going to be when's the next time? They're looking at 20 years at least.
Yeah.
To me.
Well, we went a full 20, didn't we? 85.
Oh, yeah. They'll go 20 years without even getting to it. And they would have to turn it back on tomorrow to get to a team that in the next 5 years gets to a Champions League final. You're talking about, the biggest club in the world. Fuck that, man. They were good for 25 years. Because the Premier League and came along at the same time.
They can have that one.
In terms of time. Yeah,
they can have that.
Near it.
You can be the biggest club in the world. I'll take the most successful.
Yeah, exactly.
Simple.
We just take along with our
don't get no titles will be the exactly.
Yeah,
don't get no titles for call the biggest bus club.
The biggest fan base and the biggest stadium or whatever biggest means. Cool. I know what success means.
Yeah, there's two.
Put the silverware down. Let's have a look.
That's why we need this league title this year, Pops. That's why we need this league title this year.
Yeah.
I'm at the front of the bus, Laszlo, and I'm driving. I'm at the front of the bus.
The only thing that matters this year. That number.
All the pundits who said we're going to be 5th and 6th. I'm at the front of the bus and I'm driving, blowing the horn. Beep, beep. Move out the way. Champions are coming. Move out the way.
All we need.
2008.
Just get ahead of these bitches because they ain't winning one in a long, long time.
That's their last win, 12. They played in 11, is it?
Last one was 2008. The last time they're in was 2011.
Was 11. Yeah. But that's what they say. They say, well, we lost to the best team ever in Barcelona twice. So we would have won 5 if it wasn't for them. I said, That's nice. That's nice.
Bro, you lost. It's like us saying that we lost to Real Madrid twice. Yeah,
nice.
Doesn't matter. Yeah,
no, that's nice. Real Madrid. Nice. Nice. No, it's nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice. No, it's nice.
Just excuses from them. Yeah, they're just trying to put your pet down.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice. We never lost to a good team.
Picture as well.
Yeah.
The autograph of Mr. Messi at the end.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. That was one of that was great watching that final. Yeah.
Well, they're lovely to do day for the Manchester United people. Yeah.
Yeah, the one where Mascherano was playing for them in 2011, I think, and they interviewed him straight after the game, and he said, "This is for all the Liverpool fans, this victory against United tonight." And it cut straight back to the ITV studios and Gary Neville, and his face was a picture. Gary Neville was just like open mouthed, like a gog at what he'd just heard. It was really funny, and he had to speak after it, like.
And let me add to that, Lee, Mr. Neville. Guess what Mr. Neville said at the start of the season, live on Sky Sports camera? Man United will finish above Liverpool. Very interesting.
Right? He also said, He also said that Man United's
exactly.
midfield. He also said Man United's midfield is better than our midfield as well.
Yeah.
Neville going to Neville.
Said Arsenal will do it.
Neville putting it on Neville.
Can you imagine that?
Right, I think 2 episodes ago, right? He actually was talking about how he was feeling about Arsenal, and he compared Arsenal to Liverpool, right? And in his comparison, we were better in every metrics where he was measuring Arsenal versus Liverpool. But he started the argument by saying he picked Arsenal to finish ahead of Liverpool and win the title.
He did. Yeah.
I said to myself, right, this man is so illogical. He hates us so much that his logic showed why we were better. We had better strikers. Arsenal didn't recruit a number 9 and they were going to struggle. And all the arguments, and you're saying yourself, right, well, if I'm building a scorecard, Liverpool's ahead on the scorecard. But the ultimate was you pick the team with the lower score to win. Okay, cool. No worries. We understand. We understand, Gary. We understand. It's going to hurt, but we understand. Paddy the Baddy made him say it. Remember Paddy the Baddy made him say it?
Yeah.
He made it say it.
You remember Phil Neville playing for Everton when Phil Neville got sent off for impersonating the goalkeeper on the goal line and we got a penalty. He was last man on the line, one he done a handball on the goal line. He dived to his side. He actually dived to his side and knocked it out the way. But that was weird. To have the Neville brand here on Merseyside, like, although it wasn't Gary, it was the junior Neville, like, it was interesting to have the Neville brand here on Merseyside. I could have with old Phil. And it was funny to see him get sent off that time. He was even captain, he was Everton captain as well, Phil. He got right into it, didn't he? Got right into the blue side of the city.
Yeah, of course. Anti-Liverpool.
Yeah, I was just going to say that's easy, isn't it?
Great captain. Yeah, great captain of Everton. Yeah, look how well they done with old Philip. Good old Philip.
Good old Philip.
Yeah.
But can we get back to something serious now? Can we go back to rotation and Chiesa? I'm only joking. I'm joking.
Yeah.
Really got learn. Really got learn.
But on a serious, on a positive note, you know what? If we had all Mo, Trent, and Ali signed up, I would really, and even without knowing what Slot's going to do or buy, I would say we'll win the league next season. I would say that if we had all the contracts signed up. All right, okay, Pops. All right, but Pops, I know it's not. It's not. That's not it, unfortunately.
The real testament.
I know, Pops. I'll pop that. Oh, there you go.
We all say the real testament is going to be, at least personally, I think the real testament is going to be for Slot when he makes his definitive definition of the team that he wants, the players that he wants. Yeah, that'll be when I'll give the real proper evaluation on Slot and like his legacy here, because right now he is, utilizing the legacy of one of the greatest coaches we've had in some of our lifetimes. But that includes Rafa, by the way. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that one. Anyway, I wanted to thank the doctor showing up and clearing up what he wanted to say and making sure that we all understood his what he was trying to get across in the chat. Big up, big up. Beijing Reds TV represent always. And Brian, did you want to? Oh, my fault. Brian, do you want to say something? I'll also allow for our guest to make sure he plugs, because you have a show coming up tonight, right?
Oh, me?
No, Beijing Reds.
Beijing
Or don't
Reds.
you guys
Yeah,
have like
sure,
a Beijing Red
okay.
Tomorrow.
crossover show?
Tomorrow night. That's tomorrow.
Oh, that's tomorrow night. My fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, after
No,
United and Arsenal. So.
Oh, you should have fun with that one.
One quick thing to Alpha and Laszlo. Quick one, thanks. We touched the 5K, so thank you to everyone on the panel and in the chat who have jumped on at some point in time and have subbed with us. Appreciate that. So thank you very much.
That's Amber.
Yeah,
we're on to the next one.
Congratulations.
On to the next one.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, congratulations on that, Pops. You and the boys.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, see if you can get Tony Claude or Tony Claude or one of those gooners on there with you to kind of like mix it up.
Flawless is trying to do on his channel with them, but I can't. I don't think I can manage Tony Claude, to be honest. Like I don't know. I can't. I don't think I can manage.
You're a man of tolerance, Pops.
No, I can't. No, I can't.
For you to say that, that's a lot.
No.
Okay.
He's wild.
Okay.
Nah, he's wild.
Yeah.
Wild, man. This man said that they'd be invincible. I said, what?
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
There's some wild takes. There's some wild takes.
Tomorrow is the day. He said March 9th, Arsenal will be ahead of Liverpool. That's his quote.
Wow.
March 9th. So and if you see me anywhere with the hashtag March 9th and hashtag 86,
now I know what
86 points is Vater's 86 points that City's going to win the league with. And March 9th is Tony Claude's Arsenal, because this is what they said. Remember, it was, they drew with Villa. So we're going to beat West Ham and City is going to beat them. So the gap's going to be this. Then they're going to lose this and we'll win that. And then when that and that, we'll be above them. March 9th. He rationalized by the 9th of March, we would be below Arsenal because we were only supposed to get 1 point in 9 and we'd beat Southampton. So 4 in the 12.
Wow.
So essentially, I think the gap at that point was 7. I think it was 7. So 7 and 4 make 11. They'd get 4 threes, 12. So they'd be a point ahead of us. I said,
okay. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Okay. March 9th it is, buddy.
9th it is.
No
and wait,
problem.
Vader said that too? Vader Games said?
No. Vader was hashtag 86. Because he came on the stream one night with Flawless and said, well, we can still get 86 points. And that'll be enough to win the league. So I said, got it. Hashtag 86, Vader. I'm on you. Within a week, it was hashtag 83. I said, what's going on? It was 86 last week, my brother.
Oh, that's hilarious.
He was finished with me.
That's hilarious. Oh, that's some good stuff. That is some good stuff.
No, but see, that's why the internet is funny. Everyone, wants to say these things and make themselves, I told you I was first in saying this. All right. And I was like, I can't with a lot of people for that reason. I can't. Sorry.
First time they heard themselves say it, man. That's all it is. A lot of these people. 7 billion people on this planet think the only person that ever told something. That's just shocking.
Yeah, he does. He probably does. I haven't seen
Hamza.
I haven't seen Hamza in a long time.
Can I just clarify? Did you just say that you don't rate Arne Slot because this is Jurgen Klopp's team, and that you'll only give him credit when he does something with his own team because this is Klopp's team? Did I just hear that?
No, again, you're hearing something that you want to hear. I said that.
No, is that what you were saying? You won't. No, because this is
no. We were talking about. He was talking about signing the players, and I said we're gonna have some big wake up calls, but I mean, like, this coach is going to start to filter out players that he wants, his players or the players that he wants to be a part of this team. And they're not going to be the players that we've come to, love and cherish. Some of these players are going to be some of these players are going to be players that we might be like, oh, why is he letting them go, or why are they going to move on him? And it's because
Housewives' favorites. I mean,
it's not. It might have been Klopp's system that he worked with, but it's not Slot's system that he works with. And I said it's going to be. I know that I'm going to be. There's going to be players on this team that are going to be moved off, and they're going to be. It's going to be unfortunate to see them go, but we're going to have to obviously trust the process, quote unquote, right? And that's when we're going to have to say. That's when I'm going to say, okay, were we right to trust the process or not? Because we saw what he's doing with players that we love and cherish, players that have gotten close to the promised land, and obviously are very close to getting to the promised land this season. But now we're going to have to take the investment of saying we're going to trust in not only you and Edwards and the brain trust that is the backroom staff, and in creating another adaptation that brings us forward into the future. I'm not saying it's going to be a bad step. I'm just saying that's when I'd like to be able to evaluate that. That's all, because I know that this team has brought me lots of moments and glory and the likes. I can players I can attest to say, yeah, these are special players to me. But going forward,
but the team that Klopp took over, the team that won the league for Klopp, right? Mm-hmm. If you look at the team that won a league for Klopp, that was not the team that he took over.
It wasn't. So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying about
there will be change. So I think people need to embrace change.
That goes to my point, though. Klopp was able to build a team. Klopp was able to build a team that created or brought back silverware. There was a point when people would say Klopp's a great manager, but he can't win the big game. That was like the moniker that he was getting put on him. There were some that said that because he didn't have
the final because he lost in the finals.
Yes.
Okay. Exactly. I got you. The final. Yeah.
Final, right. Not saying because obviously he won Bundesliga, but I mean he could get you there, but he couldn't get you over the line, right?
But he said that too. He laughed about himself. He laughed at himself, saying, "Well, look, I've lost more finals. I lost that one and that one and that one."
Yeah, but he's then shaped and formed and gotten this team to be a reflection of the vision that he wanted. That's what I'm trying to say. And then I can look at him and say, this is your team. It's the same reason why I could say do I give Arteta the amount of credit that Arsenal fans do for winning the FA Cup with Emery's team? No. I'm rating Arteta on the fact of he's now had 5 years to create his team in his image, and he's won squadouche. So that's what I'm trying to get across.
But what's going to make it harder is when you lift the trophy, all of those are winners. Everyone that's going to be there is going to be a winner. So now you're looking at a championship side and saying, I can't gut this side because you still want to win. So you still got to balance the ins and outs, because as fans, we're saying we want to go back to back now. We're greedy. We want 21.
Run it back.
We're level, we want to go ahead.
Yeah, run it back. How easy is that?
How many players get to run it back with us now? That's the question.
That's the real question.
That's the big one.
That's the real question. And it's going to be, surgery to put, to kind of pick in place because you want to kind of eventually make the transition to the team that you want. And that progression is one where I'm interested to see what it's going to be for, because like this team could have the potential of being a great team. Bring Brian back in. But we're gonna get an opportunity to see what the artist can do. That's what I'm saying. I'd like to see what artistry he does with it, and he's done an amazing job. Again, I guess the Arteta thing is my best comparison, though. You know, I know it sounds horrible, but I'm just trying to say, like, yeah, he won FA Cup.
I know what you're trying to say. I know
about.
exactly what you're trying to say.
You know what I mean? Like, they won an FA Cup, and I'm going to give him credit for it. I will give him credit. That's awesome. You won an FA Cup, or you won 2 Community Shields. You want me to give you credit for that? Like, I don't know about that. But anyways, what I am saying is, yeah, it would be fantastic to see this coach do what he did and get this team over the line. But it's my real test is going to be, what's that next year? What is the process, and what is going to happen with you and this brain trust? How you keep this, how you can turn this possibly into a dynasty, or you can just have one last good year of a Klopp era team. I don't want to see the latter. That's my point.
That's controversial.
Dynasty's a big controversial.
That's very controversial.
Okay. Controversial. I don't know why it would be controversial, but I mean, that's the
it's his team. It's his work. It's his people. Yeah, it's the players that were brought in before him. But
we're talking about a team, Brian.
He's the guy that's okay. Nobody needs to explain to me that he didn't buy all these players. Okay, I mean that's obvious. But
I wasn't going to bring up that point, but I was just going to say
he's doing what he's doing.
This team was only the difference in this team is that his maintenance, and he's stated this, of injuries, because honestly, I think we could have won the title last year. We could have won that title last year.
But we did.
I know we didn't. But why didn't we?
But no, I'm just saying, like, I'm not going to be detrimental. No, I'm not trying to argue. No, sorry. No, I'm not trying to create an argument. I'm just saying, if he wins this, it'll be an awesome achievement. Whether it's his team,
an amazing achievement.
Someone else's team. So I'm not even, like, I've been a bit put out over the last couple of weeks where we've seen, like, an incredible achievement by a new manager coming into a team in a really difficult league, been nitpicked at, this, that, and that. We would bite anybody's hand off for what we have right now. I'm not sure if we've forgotten who we are as Liverpool fans recently. Mm-hmm. We've no right to be winning these things, and we are utterly dominant in England right now. Completely dominant in England, completely dominant in Europe. This is a golden age, and we're looking at stuff like this and that. I don't want to hear about it, really. Like, you don't want to talk about, this. I don't want to hear about it. Like, this should be a ride home. This should be like, what are we worrying about here? Like, we are done. Arsenal, Man City, Manchester United nearly getting relegated. We are top of the tree by 16 points right now tonight. 16 points in March. Mm-hmm. I just want to ride this home. There's no negativity to be had here. There's nothing like, he should play Endo more. He should play Chiesa more. Fuck it. There you go. I don't give a shit.
For all those out there that say I'm Mr. Positive, there you go. I've just been told I'm Mr. Negative now.
No, I don't see why we're doing this.
Change, bro. Really Time change.
I don't see it. I don't see where it's going.
Let's do it.
That's fine, but certain things have got to be said, whether you like it or not. Can't be all roses and petals.
I know, but why? Dude, yeah, why now? Why now? Why now?
No, but I'm just.
But
I'm not making cases. See, who's bringing it up? Is it me? Am I bringing it up? Am I bringing it up? Or is it me?
Bringing it up? It's not Slopp's team. It's Klopp's team. It's not Slopp's team. It's Klopp's team. It's not this. It's not that. I mean, lads, come on. I've only ever seen.
He's just carrying on. Slot's carrying on what Shankly and Paisley did. The crossover. It's the same for me.
Come on, man. That's it, JK.
That would be like, okay, and I understand.
I'm not bothered whose team it is as long as we win the thing.
Like,
praise to both.
if Klopp had won Europa maybe, and what were we in the League Cup that we got to that year too? I think the League Cup final.
Both of them,
yeah. He got the two finals, and he lost those two finals.
He's going over now.
But if he had taken that team and won those two finals, I think he would have already competed. He would have already completed, or would eventually have completed the cabinet. But all the same, there would have been a pretty heavy amount of praise, even more so than the praise that I give him for even getting a team like the team that we had, or the team that he got handed to him, to a Europa final, to a League Cup final. For him to do that was like heavy lifting there. That was an accomplishment in itself. I get it. He didn't win. All right. There's no accolades for, I guess, for winning, for getting there. But what I'm saying is that like it was at least those moments of progression that you see. You're like, you can believe in this you can believe in the path that we're on. This guy took a team that he took over in October. No preseason, no getting players. He had an opportunity to get players in January, turned that down, stayed with it. Yeah. So, all right, people. Let's end the stream for we get back into Chiesa, back into like all the silly talk. Before apparently my alter ego comes out apparently and gets all negative and all. Pops, you want to say shout to for your channel, anything you got coming up, and then I'll just go around the horn here so everyone can get a shout. Try one more time.
Again, stuff to everybody. Thank you for tuning in. We are on Sarcasm City tomorrow night with Flawless on the Barbados edition Man United Liverpool stream, and then I want to say probably Monday night we'll do our reaction to the weekend. Tuesday night will be late because we are playing on Tuesday. Probably do a quick preview as well. Tuesday will be PSG. Might do a reaction depending on if the boys do a watch along. Crab said he might do one. And yeah, then it's cup final. I'm actually I got to try to see if I can get. I got a Jordy in BIM, so I want to see if I can get him on stream so we can have a quick chat prior to the final on Sunday. And then we got a bit of a break, so we got to do something nice for members, I think, on the channel. International break will be coming up, but just stay tuned. We're on the socials. Smash the notification bell, as they say. 12 man is always plugging us anyhow, so big up 12 and Laszlo, JK Lee and Elante as always, man. Love being on with you guys. It's always fun. It's always fun.
That's cool.
Always fun. Always fun.
And we could agree to disagree without too much fuss. It's always fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Brian, give a shout for anything you got coming on or coming up. Oh, Bri. I think it's maybe his microphone's not working. He's not on mute, but all right, I'll circle back to Brian. I'll do JK. Give a shout. You got anything coming up for LRFC?
Quickly, just want to say big up to the chat and everyone on the panel. Pops is here. Nice to see you on here, bro. Nalante, Lee, and Brian as well. Top day, bro. It's like I've got no negative vibes about the season, so it's all good. I ain't making a thumbnail with Chiesa, Endo, and Elliot says needed more game time or something like that, So it's all good.
Now, my weekend will be significantly improved if Man United can beat Arsenal for me.
I didn't say that. You said that.
Because United are so far down in the table, it makes a difference if they get 3 points. Do you know what I mean? We're already in the table about 14th or 15th or something stupid.
Yeah, they're down there somewhere.
It doesn't really matter, does it? They're not going to finish in the European placings. So to have them winning, it won't do no harm, will it? And I'd like to leave sorted as soon as possible because the idea of Chelsea coming here and it's already wrapped up is quite funny. And we'll be able to concentrate on the Champions League semi-final and rest players, which would be even funnier.
Yeah, true. The sooner he's done it, the better. Maybe, I don't know.
All right,
But big up the chat as well. Yeah, we'll probably doing a show today or maybe tomorrow. I'll let people. It'll be in the notifications.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Lee, do you want to say a quick shout?
Yeah, just cheers to everyone in the chat. Thanks. Had a laugh tonight. See you again.
Yeah, definitely. Milante, do you want to give a shout? Shout for your channel. Shout for anything got coming up.
I just want to say, Lee, you're gonna get Tracy on the stream next time.
Yeah, if I can find her, yeah. She's done a runner.
I look forward to. We look forward to that. Good. Big up the chat. Norm just cracking up with some of his wise wisdom. Kev, if you must know, yes, I am Kieza's agent. If you want to get some bread with me, just email me and we can get this money together. If that satisfies your question, okay.
Trust.
But
I wish we were Kieza's agent.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice, that was a nice bit of payday for whoever.
This will be a different show. I think we'll be at our apartments.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That. Like, oh, I was Pops will be like, oh, big VVD today.
Yeah, I'm calling for my jet.
Yeah, where you at? Exactly. Yeah. Are you with Graf?
Meet me on the yacht. Meet me on the yacht. Meet me on the yacht.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, agents and all the Liverpool players will be at the agent show. We can't tell you all the secrets, guys. We could just talk about the match. What they do in the private time is none of our concern. Oh God. Yeah, big up 12 Pops, big you up every time. When we agree to disagree, big you up. Blessings again for the channel. As you go, subscribe to Beige and Reds TV. They got great guests, great banter. I was on there the other day with Subi and Man Medic. That was a long show and a funny show, an interesting show, interesting characters. As Pops knows, great show, man. Honestly, you love it, man. Crack some jokes, honestly. Go big it up. 12th, man. Go and support him always. Support the boys. 12th has really been putting the work in. Let's see if we can get the numbers up for him. God bless his channel. Honestly, man, he grinds hard. Chat. He really does grind behind the scenes. He's grinding hard for you guys. Obviously, big up Brian. Obviously, Sonak Coco. He's just in a bit of a rotation moment at the moment with the mic, so that's fine. Lee, yourself, and JK. Obviously, LFCR. The channel, so go support that as well. And yeah, man. And look, and I'll just end it nicely like this because everyone's little people in the chat, just pop shots. 6 more wins, 80 more points, and we all link up at Anfield in May. Simple things. Good night.
Simple as.
Nice.
Brian, you there? Brian? I don't know what's up with. I think Brian did link back on, but his mic's not on mute, so it might be.
He's going to sell Chiesa to Inter Milan in the summer. He's on the phone.
Oh man! I think says before he goes, someone at the match was comparing Clemens and Ali. A bloke behind them said, "What about LA?"
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
you should have shouted. What about Karius? Yeah. That, or maybe say, what about Adrian? How about that? Adrian's won some silverware. How about that? That you can say. But should they play a 4-4-2 on Tuesday against PSG, just like they did against City, bring in Jones or Harvey in midfield to control it and have speed up top with Diaz, Salah, or Darwin and Salah? We will be doing a preview of the PSG game. If he ends up doing if the streets ends up doing the watch along, if you need someone extra to hang out with the streets, holler at me. I'll be more than willing to help him out. And we will certainly be doing a preview. I'm sure Beige and Reds, LRFC will be doing one. I'm sure possibly even the Irishman football will be doing one as well. And I just don't know if we do that or not. It's going to be a big question. It's going to be a big question. It all depends on whether Cody's available or not. I think is a really big question of what happens.
Yep.
Cody is a difference maker in that question. I think so. That's my easy answer. But for now, you guys got some bonus time for this episode. I was trying to get done an hour and a half ago, but all the same, it's what happens when all of a sudden Chiesa and even Klopp gets dropped into the conversation, like, oh, there you go. So, big up to everyone who joined us. Thank you to Pops joining us as well. And big up to the panel. Absolutely a pleasure, everyone. Let us hopefully get the opportunity to see you tomorrow. We'll certainly have a show tomorrow, so hopefully you'll be joining us tomorrow, and we'll get to maybe laugh at both Arsenal. Maybe we'll laugh at Man U. One way or another, we're laughing at someone. So let's just do it all together and enjoy the time. Until then, up the Reds as always, my people, and we'll see you on the other side. Peace.